Hello and welcome to a festive session of Dice and Mimics Armatae campaign one shot for a bit of festive fun and a bit of a break from, Reforp. So, joining me tonight in some of them in festive garb, some not. I don't think the memo went round to everyone. Oh well.
It's fine.
It's fine. But joining me as usual, we have Annette as Talia Darkthorn.
Good evening, darlings.
We have Ben as both Valdizian and Urt.
Ho, ho, ho.
We have Steph as Vienna.
Hello.
We have Reese as Blossom.
Hello.
And we have Aaron as Xandal. So, I'm not going to bother with a pick up where we left off last time because obviously this is a out of time one shot. So, you all are currently sat in the inn in Reforp, having just used the card from the deck of many things to rewind time and evade a very potentially sticky end at the hands of the Slard. As you are sat there and discussing your next steps, Vienna, a tattoo on your arm of a dragon that you gained during the winter ball of the Winter Court, suddenly starts to glow with a soft white light.
Oh no.
What's wrong,
All
I can remember I made a promise to a white dragon.
Yes?
I think it's coming back to bite me.
I mean, you
And
were
it's-
expecting it not to?
It's at that moment that the tattoo bursts with light, and suddenly you all find yourselves enveloped with a flurry of blizzard-like snow. The room around you fading into white mist as you all suddenly feel like you are traveling, and you see this interlocking grid of golden lines that you have seen a few times before now, and you know this to be the barrier between planes. As you slip through it and you suddenly come to a stop, the flurry fading in a familiar icy cavern, gold and silver coins dotted in amongst the ice on the walls, and on a stair stood on a central pedestal, wings outstretched, Frostgrief, the dragon that you had made your deal with, Vienna.
She'll look towards him and says, "So, I guess it's time for me to keep my promise then."
Indeed. It's good that you intend to honor the bargain so easily, and I included to bring your friends along as well as part of your entourage.
Grateful for that.
And
Nice chance
worry
to live.
not.
Sandal's just kind of sat there with his hammer, like, mid-swing, like...
Put the hammer down, Xandal. Don't make any sudden moves.
And worry not. I have messed with time for you. No matter how long your errand takes for me, you will return only a minute after you left.
Good, because otherwise we'd be fucked.
Indeed. So, I suppose we should get down to the nitty-gritty. I am part of the Winter Court, as you know. And I have a rival. A man, a being known as Klaus. Klaus has been gaining power recently through an item. Something called a planar shard. I would like that item. Now, normally, if there's something I want, I take it, and you watch as his claws crush one of the boulders they're resting on, turning it into fine powder. I have no doubt that if I were able, I could fly into Klaus's domain, fight him and all his underlings and emerge victorious with my spoils. Alas, the Winter Court has rules, and one of those is no fighting amongst members outside of sanctioned challenges. Klaus does not accept challenges.
Kind of sensible.
However, third parties are more than allowed to be used as cat's paws in deals and heists. So, my favour is I will open the way into Klaus's domain for you and your friends. You will find the planar shard and return it to me. How you do this is entirely up to you. I will warn you though, Klaus is an archfey. He will not be easy to fool or defeat. And it would be likely preferable on the Queen's mind should a member of the court not fall in battle.
Can't be worse than this lad. Wait, I can say that here, right? Just like waiting for the headache.
Nothing happens, and you watch as Frostgrief just sort of huffs out a breath of cold, frosty air and goes, "Worry not. This effectively is my lair. No magic can reach you here without my say-so."
Alright, so no rules apart from no danger to Klaus.
I
mean,
didn't
if I'm
say
going
you
to
couldn't
steal
make danger to
something,
Klaus, it's just...
preferably
Don't kill him.
Again, killing is fine, just maybe the final option, if possible. The Queens will understand if he won't back down and he keeps pushing that you had no other choice, and in that case they will consider him a fool. But Klaus is no fool. He would probably withdraw before dying.
I
Alright.
really want to piss off an archfey.
No, I'd rather not. If I can help.
Oh, you've already pissed off a number of archfey.
More than the ones we already
I mean,
have.
yeah, I mean, there's a multitude of things we've probably pissed off.
Giant
Frozen
mechanical
Beholder,
giant mechanical
an entire
monster.
city,
Yeah.
multiple cities from what I understand.
At least two.
Well, former cities.
Yes, I accept the challenge.
Good. I
We
will
have much
allow
choice.
you and your friends to equip yourselves as necessary, and he flicks a claw and one portion of the wall sort of melts, and you can see within there is what looks like not quite an armory, more like a storage room. You can see like heavy fur cloaks, there's like dried rations, that sort of thing
We
in
have
there.
our items that we had hidden and that lot. We could probably re-equip
Yes.
that shit.
You
So I can put my
you actually
chameleon
find
armor.
that you're not. You find you've appeared not in your slave garb. You're in your normal adventuring garb.
That's what I mean.
with
I
all
could put
your-
my nice chameleon armor and everything else back
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
Armor back on, hell yeah.
Yes. Give me that. Oh, Evan Shot, I've missed
What,
you so
an
much.
80 above 13?
I've missed Evan
But
Shot.
yes.
Did we level up last session?
don't I
because
have
I've got
seven-
Ertus
I have
12 and
17
me is
armor.
11.
I have 17 armor class, don't I, when
You
I'm
should probably have
upgraded?
leveled up then, Val. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there we go. I've got my armor class back up to 17. Where it was
so I think we're all
before.
12 now.
Yeah.
Yes, we're
You
all
should all
level
be 12.
Yep.
But yeah,
Abilities.
you can see this storage room has water skins. It has dried food, things like lamps, oil, torches, tinder pouches, that sort of thing. Everything you would need to survive. There doesn't look to be any magical items in here. He's obviously not being quite that generous, but he's obviously allowing you to take from his personal stash.
That's generous.
The rewards far outweigh the cost, should you be successful.
Something.
So yeah, if there's anything that is a regular non-magic item that you want to add, be it rope, be it lamp, be it whatever, they are all available in this stash.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
There
Probably
is-
Putting me
warm
on the
clothes.
spot. Shit, what do I want? What do I
Yeah.
want? I want something cool.
There is climbing gear. There is healers kits, that sort of thing. Alchemist
Ooh.
supplies.
Healers kits.
Any potions?
No magical items. No.
Wait, potions are magical items?
Yes, potion is
Not
a magical
alchemical?
item. It's
I thought they were alchemical.
no, potion is a magical healing. It's created through an alchemical process, but it is a magical item.
I mean, I can heal people. So, what the hell is it?
Considering that I've now got my cloak back on, I'm not going to be as affected by the cold. I think I'm just going to take a couple of healers kits just in case.
Can
Yep.
I just
There are
have a
there are
fur
things
cloak
here.
so I'm not affected by the cold? Because
Yeah, you can take a fur cloak.
take a fur cloak. so
Xandal,
I
there
can-
are things in here as well, like blocks of iron and like raw materials. You
Oh,
get the
hell yeah,
feeling-
I'm taking some of
You
them.
get the feeling you can't be an idiot with this, but you can probably take some without an issue.
Yeah. I'll probably take probably enough material to, if it's sort of like sheet material, to finish the heart at least. So
Well,
then I can at least get
in this case, they're in bars. They're stacked in
bars.
bars. Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say I've definitely got enough material to do it. I was just thinking if it was going to be easier to get the sheet metal rather than
But yeah,
having to forge down. But yeah, I'll take a couple of bars of iron if he's got like titanium and stuff like that. Maybe
any common
resilient,
metal,
lightweight
anything
material.
that is rare or has serious monetary value, so things like platinum, silver, gold, anything like that, they are not present. They are obviously
Yeah,
kept.
no, it's more just sort of like the resilient, lightweight metals that he's probably going to try and snag a bit of. You know, something that's a little harder to come by than just straight up iron or steel.
Make an investigation check.
What does the
Okay.
bonus player get as a magical item? What magical item do you want, babes? Hey?
They get super catnip.
Oh, you'll like that, won't you?
Blossom arguing with this random cat and cat.
My cat stole Blossom's catnip. Yeah.
21.
21. So you sort of look over. You're taking some iron, and then you realise at first thought it was just one stack of iron, and then you realise there's two separate stacks. And as you sort of pick one up from each, you can feel one is much denser but lighter than the other. And you sort of think, and you realise there's always been rumours, nothing ever confirmed, that the Fae don't like iron, and that they have their own version that they use to make armor, which is cold iron.
Okay.
And you realise this is probably a stack of regular iron and a stack of cold iron. Obviously, not much different from iron. It's just lighter and more moldable.
Yeah. I will confirm this with the Dragon of Light. Is this cold iron?
Yes, that is cold iron. I keep some in storage should the queens ever demand any for rearming the army.
How much of this would you be willing to let me use?
You may take 3 bars as part of this expedition. The rest, if you wished for it, you would have to pay me for in trade.
Of course. I'll take the 3 bars. Thank you very much.
I would not deny an artisan of their resources.
Is there any oil?
Yep, there's plenty of lamp oil. You can see there's also cooking oils and various oils for machinery, lubricant, that sort of thing.
Any whiskey?
Probably flammable oil is what I'm looking for, and
Yeah, so that would just be regular lamp oil.
yeah, and string, ball bearings, kindling,
Yep.
tinder, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
I'll just grab a
Yep,
bunch
plenty
of
of that.
random bits
Is there any like
Yep.
booze?
Yeah, you can see there is a couple of what looks like bottles of maybe good, like you can see decent wine, probably not the rare vintages. Again, he's let you into the bit where it's got like
Mm.
his common to
It's
uncommon
just something to fill
level.
my hedonistic flask up.
Oh yeah, there's looks to be like I say, there's wine. There's probably some basic brandy, maybe a bit of ale, and again,
Where is it?
it's not the good
Flask.
stuff.
Hit
It's
flask of
the
hedonistic healing. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'll just top
Yeah,
up
it's
my
not the-
hedonistic flask and take a prayer cloak. That'll do
Yeah.
me, just so I'm not affected by the cold and got something to heal.
Okay.
Yeah. Fiona's only taken warm clothes. She's not really bothered
think-
much about everything
I
else.
don't think you're affected by the cold
Oh
anymore
no, I'm not, am I?
because of Winter's Moon.
Yeah.
Mine's just, I'm warm. I need to be warm.
You all sort of turn at one point and you see stood over near a giant bag of sugar, trying to fit it into the book.
Maybe just take a small
It's-
satchel of it, not the whole sack.
Okay. And she fills a small satchel and pushes it into the book.
That's really all you want, just the sugar.
She flips a page in the book, and as she's flipping them, you suddenly see like on various pages there's like various sweet treats. It looks like she's maybe been grabbing some of the things that have maybe been lying around whilst you've not been looking.
Okay, don't take any more. Let's not overplay his hospitality.
She nods, but quickly
Okay.
grabs a fur-lined cloak and what looks like a pair of mittens and a pair of earmuffs.
So like ruffle her hair. Good go.
I'll probably also grab some warm weather clothes as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'm just looking for warm stuff.
Okay. If everyone's got everything that they want.
Yep.
Okay, as you return to the main sort of chamber of the lair, you hear as the wall behind you, the ice grows back in, covering it back up. And if you look back at it, you would not have guessed there was any sort of entrance there now. It's
I've
a
just
good
realised
couple of...
that. Sorry, I've just realised that my shield acts as like a portable heater for me as well, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've just put on warm clothes, and it's
And he's
probably
just like,
warming me like I've just.
Frostcreep goes, very well, are you prepared?
As prepared of the unknown as we possibly can.
Very well. I will prepare the portal to Klaus's Domain of Delight, Isindare. And he
What does this planar actually look like?
the planar shard.
Yes.
It is a gem that when viewed from different angles will look different. Different colours, different shapes. It is fractal, never staying in one shape for long. It is easy to identify compared to other gemstones.
Alright, just so I know what
And
I'm looking for.
Klaus will have it either guarded or hidden.
Alright.
Very well. He turns and you watch as he breathes in and then breathes out a stream of ice which he forms into a circle on the floor. You watch as within it, this image, top-down image of, you see a land surrounded by snowstorms, and you're looking at it from above and you see a cross of mountains splitting off 4 different sections. Can't quite see anything about those sections other than the snow and the clouds covering them. There.
Frosty.
Are we plonked in the middle of them then, or?
You're currently stood looking at the portal. He's made the portal. He's
We
waiting.
haven't
Oh
gone
right,
through
so yeah, we're
waiting for you
gonna
to
go
step
through.
in.
Alright, okay.
Yep.
Yeet.
Where do we end
Okay.
up?
As you all step through, and you hear him call out, "Good luck. I look forward to your." Oh, no! Before you step through,
Oh.
Vienna, I forgot one thing. Haha! DM, badly preparing. Frostgrief reaches down into the pillar he stood on and hands you a purple gem.
Okay.
This gem, when you have the planar shard, will inform me, and I will create the portal to bring you back here.
All right. And she kind of shoves it on the inside of a jacket, sort of thing.
And then you all step through the portal. And you suddenly all feel yourselves falling at a very fast speed. As you look down and realise the portal wasn't just giving you an aerial view, the portal was in the air.
And all of a sudden, no snowman to like we're walking in the air style. No, just
No, you are just falling at breakneck speeds down towards this snowy expanse below you.
well,
and af-
what a good job I'm wearing winged boots
I
that
fucking
I forgot about.
Yep, and I'm guessing Val spreads his wings.
Yeah.
I'll just like
Yep.
blindly grab at Val, like help me, Val!
I mean, I could grab hold of you, but then
If there's anyone
has
like
no weight.
shooting past me, I will try and grab them as I'm trying to like
Probably-
kick in the boots.
Probably the closest to you would be Xandal.
Yeah, try and grab him.
Yep,
Right.
you managed to grab him. You watch...
Between, sorry, I was about to say, between me and Vienna, is there any way we can almost like do like a skydiving thing where we all try and grab hands and slow
We're
our
like
descent?
in like a circle, like
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you all want to do this, everyone make me dexterity checks to see how well you can maneuver in the air.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The two who can fly make them with advantage because obviously you are flying.
I get
Dexterity
advantage anyway 'cause of
saving
my
throw, yeah?
boots.
No, just a check, not a save.
Just a check, so that's just
Okay.
normal.
I was gonna say, otherwise you'd get a +3 because you're within 10 foot of me.
1 and 2.
Wait, okay, so it doesn't when I. Oh no, I have to.
Good thing you had the advantage there.
Meh.
I don't know what I've got yet. I'm just
Not
clicking the buttons.
Well,
You got
rolled-
21.
I hit the wrong button, so
Oh.
it's a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, you're rolling
That was
dex
it.
There you go.
saves. Ben, it's dex checks, not saves.
Oh, sorry, wrong box.
It's alright.
I get advantage because of my boots because it's a dexterity check. Wait, no, is that saves?
I think it saves for your boots, yeah.
Alright,
not
then
checks.
it'll just be 18.
Okay, so with a little bit of finagling and moving together, you eventually manage to get into this loose formation, but the ground is coming up fast.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
try and like go
that.
upwards just to try and like slow the descent.
You
so
you go upwards and you are trying and you're trying, but you're still going fast as you all flump into a snowdrift.
there's like a star shape in the snow now.
Yep.
It's just like a perfect
We
ring
made
of
a
like hands.
snowflake.
We made a snowflake. An Armatae snowflake. Yeah.
And it is as you flump into the snow, it is a good 5-6 feet deep snow.
Wow. Okay.
Dig
so-
our way out.
Sandals disappeared then.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, Xandal! Xandal! We start digging around in the snow trying to find Xandal. Xandal! What are
You
you?
probably find like the giant hammer before you find Xandal.
We'll just find that and just
Just
pull.
the added
And,
weight's just like buried in.
I'll pull and then try and pull Xandal out of the snow.
Thank
Not too
you.
difficult.
May
But you
has
won't-
not thought about looking for snowshoes while in that cupboard.
Yeah, that would have been sensible.
But as you look around and take in your surroundings, you're now stood in a dense pine forest. Thick snow on the ground and covering the trees, with a gentle snowfall seemingly constantly falling. And as you sort of glance around, you can see where you're stood. As you look back about maybe half a mile behind you, you see the edges of the domain, this swirling, constant, raging snowstorm.
This is delightful. She like pull her cloak closer.
And it is cold. It's but not bitingly cold. It's currently like that pleasant level of cold of a like crisp winter's morning.
So Fiona she'll stumble up on top of the snow as best she can, just to have a really good look around as to where it's obvious to go, if there is an obvious way to go.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Guidance.
Need a lift?
Because I could do that now.
Perception, did you say?
Yep.
You
I
can
mean,
add
she's
a,
got winged boots. She
you-
could
you
fly
can-
herself.
Yeah, you can add a d4
Yeah.
to your roll, which is probably a good thing.
job. Hang on a second.
That's 10, 11,
1d4,
12.
yeah.
1d4, yeah.
So 12.
12. So, as you were falling, you knew that you ended up falling into what would have been the top right section of this domain, with the cross-shaped mountains going directly through the center.
Okay.
So, in essence, think like a four quadrants with the mountains like intersecting across it. So you are in the top right of there. And you remember, and as you sort of glance through the trees, you can see, again, probably a couple of miles, like a good hour, 2 hours trek maybe. There, you remember seeing a giant frozen lake in the middle of this area. And
Okay.
that's really the only landmark that you can definitely remember whilst falling.
I'll probably relay that to the comrades. And yeah, so we're on the right side, upper right side,
So which direction
lake in the
should we
middle. Have no idea which direction the lake is though.
So you, knowing that you're near the domain's borders, and you know that you are probably in very much like the northeasternmost corner, and the lake was in the very center, so you know that if you head southwest, you'll be heading towards the lake.
Yeah, so we'll probably try and head that way then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you start moving, making your way slowly through the snow. And again, it feels like it should be much tougher going. The snow is thick underfoot, and even as you find like the more gentle and thinner patches, it's still a good sort of maybe half a foot to a foot deep. Should definitely be hindering you more than you think, but again, you almost feel like you're strolling just through a gentle snowfall, pleasant snow around you. Everything seems pleasant. It's a little off-putting almost, especially considering your previous encounters with heavy snow regions.
Yeah. Suddenly flashbacks of the giant comes.
Oh, yeah.
I need
That's where I nearly died. Yeah.
That was
I
scary.
need someone to roll a d20 for me.
Someone.
Shall I do that?
You do it
Go
You
on.
first,
decide amongst yourselves as to who gets to roll that.
Ben
Yeah,
first.
go ahead.
Well, if I roll it, at least then you can blame me.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on a table, it's not necessarily a bad thing if it's a 5, right? Right? Right?
You continue walking and trudging through the snow. Occasionally you'll see glimpses of animal life. You see squirrels scuttling through the trees. You see small Arctic foxes ducking out of the way or jumping into the snow and sort of vanishing amongst the white. The occasional bird flitting past overhead, but otherwise your journey is uneventful as you come eventually out of the trees and onto the shores of this giant frozen lake. As you stand there looking out over it, it is this beautiful deep blue ice. You can tell that it is probably frozen pretty much to the bottom, if not maybe a little less, depending in some places. And as you
Ice
glance
skate on this one.
out across it, across the lake, you do spot a town. structures,
Hmm.
small plumes of smoke coming up.
Are we skating across the lake, or are we going to go round?
We don't have any skates. How would we? I
Yeah,
don't want to land up on my arse.
You could
mean, I
run
don't think-
and just
I don't
throw
think we
yourself.
would-
like a
I
penguin.
don't think we would fall through the ice. It looks pretty frozen down to the bottom. But
Just imagining like someone like.
just
I mean, we could
Just-
do it like children at parties and just glide along on our knees.
Yeah.
then we'll get wet knees. Then we'll be cold. We don't want to get wet. Ice is cold and wet. Let's go
Guess
around.
we'll go round. Yeah, we'll go round the lake.
Let's be
Okay.
sensible.
Okay, you start heading off around the edge of the lake, making your way slowly. And you can tell this is a big lake. It's gonna take you a couple of hours to make your way around this. But you begin heading around sort of the southern shore of the lake, moving your way along. All around you, again, the snow drifting down at a constant pace. The trees, just occasionally one will shift and snow will fall, and it'll make you sort of freeze up for a second and glance as the sound echoes in the silence. But otherwise, everything seems still and quiet here. As you get to a
Peaceful so far.
Yeah, anything's better
I was
than
gonna say-
usual.
As we're walking around, Val just like tries to sneakily grab a handful of snow and just packs it into a bit of a snowball and throws it at the back of Talia.
go ahead and
Maybe
roll
let's see.
roll a d20 and add your dex.
Okay,
So getting it. It's garbage.
D20,
Oh,
and my dex is +3.
So 8.
yes.
Yeah.
So Talia, you are sort of like trudging along and you just see this ball of snow go flying past your ear.
Just kind of turn around. Really? Really?
We've got hours to walk. We may as well have a little fun along the road.
You'll like scoop some snow and just throw it at your face.
Go ahead. Roll a d20 and add your dex.
Okay, nice. 20. It's 14. 18.
18. Does that hit Val?
Well, my armor
Oh,
class is
easier.
19, so
I miss. Closer
So
than
no.
me though.
Yeah.
You manage to sort of bring your arms up and like block the snow, but it still does like hit across your front.
It's
See?
a shield
Fun.
instead.
Yeah, real fun. With wet, cold, white stuff. I don't like snow.
Okay.
I'm getting quite fond of it now.
You are the Ice Queen. Well, I mean, not the Ice Queen.
Oh,
Don't think she'd appreciate it if I said you were the queen, but
Don't
I mean,
say
you're
it
a
again.
queen,
You
you're
might
a
summon
queen
her.
to me, Vienna, always, but your patron.
Okay. As you continue
The
trudging
young one,
along,
not the old one.
the town slowly gets closer and closer, and you start being able to make out more features. You can see going into the lake there are what look to be docks and jetties, and there is in fact what look to be boats, although they are all completely frozen in the ice, completely immovable. Not entirely sure why they're still there, but they're there. And the town itself, though there is very little sunshine, you can see it glitters and shines, like the buildings are made out of crystal.
pretty. We'll go and investigate the town.
Okay. As you begin walking up to the edges of the town now, and you can see, like, the buildings are made from ice. Like, they're literally made with blocks of carved and delicately, like, etched ice. It's absolutely beautiful. And you see there are lots of pine trees that have been brought in, and they've got little paper chains around them little decorations. There's like little like glimmering lights along the buildings and around the trees. On a lot of street corners there are these large, almost like snow statues, like made to look like men, but crudely done with wooden stick arms and like carrot noses, bits of coal. And you start to see people. Beautiful elven people with light blue skin, long flowing white, green or light blue hair. And they're all wearing bright colours, and they're all walking along, and they all look happy, jolly. You can see some of them are singing songs, some of them are stopping and chatting and laughing at and joking with each other, and no one seems to be in poor cheer.
Do they notice our presence?
If they do not appear to be making any much of a big deal of it. They're just going about their days.
Huh? Well, that's unusual in itself.
Probably a good thing if we're not noticed. Makes getting what we need easy.
Probably have been noticed. They probably just don't care.
Indifference is just as good as not knowing we're here.
As Vienna just carries on walking through, she's kind of listening, sort of, to see what sort of conversations they're having, and.
Okay. So listening into a few as you go past, you hear people saying things like, "Oh, I'm jolly glad that we live in Isendare. Oh, it's wonderful. Everyone's so happy, and it's jolly, and it's nice. Oh, you look wonderful today. Oh, I love the red. It goes so well with the green. Oh, do you think we're going to have to get a shift in at the coal mine soon? Oh, probably, but everyone knows that's just what you have to do. Everyone's happy at working at the coal mines. Otherwise, you'll be a bit of a Grinch." And they're all just walking around. They're all just happy and jolly and all smiling.
Hate those type of people.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Does that sound like forced happiness, like a false happiness, like they have to be happy?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Nah, I don't care. It's weird.
I don't care.
Sandal, you get distracted as one of them rides by on some kind of like cogwork contraption that's got like little skis at the front and little wheels that's pushing it along. And you're just like, what the?
That's cool.
Never idea for an adventure, Sandal? Maybe finish the ones you start first.
Yeah, as Vienna kind of listened to some of the conversations, she
Running
was
out
like,
of room in the workshop. You know, you're taking up the whole space. It's starting to encroach in the training area, Sandal. Finish your shit.
I mean, there is the big drill in the training area. That's
Yes, I know.
already complete.
Yes, I know, but what about the rest?
And there's still no hot plate.
Yeah, we just had a
I made the hot plate.
We lost
I
that,
thought you all lost it.
We lost it in another dimension. I distinctly remember us losing it in another dimension.
Meanwhile, Vienna's walking along going, I think I'd prefer to be a Grinch. Whatever one of those is.
I think you already are one, Vienna.
Val, as you've been walking along in this town and as you've been saying what you've been saying and doing what you're doing, you suddenly notice the snow is falling faster. And though the shield on your arm keeps you fairly warm, the cold seems to bite a little more. You feel like you're used to not feeling cold at all. You're suddenly feeling just the slightest chill.
Okay.
Is that the same for Xandal, or is he fine still?
No, everyone else, the snow is still falling gently, but Val just suddenly seems to like occasionally bring his hand up and seems to be bracing against something that, for the rest of you, doesn't appear to be happening.
Hey, I wasn't the only one complaining.
Oh no, you're just the only one to have reached a certain threshold first.
Oh, fair enough.
We notice Val acting weird?
Yeah, you can all see him occasionally bringing his hand up and occasionally like clutching his clothes around him tighter, but
Kind of like
whether you
eye him
think
and,
that's weird.
and then look up at the sky and then look up at Val. You okay?
I mean, it's snowing pretty heavily and it's cold.
I mean, it's cold, but it's not snowing that heavily, Val. You sure you're okay?
It wasn't as cold as it looked like it should be, though, wasn't it?
No, it felt pleasantly cold.
With Talia pointing this out, can I have a look at the others to see if they're struggling as much as I am, or whether it's like a localization around me?
I mean, you look around, and for you, everywhere this snow is heavy, but the others just don't seem to be being affected by it.
Okay. Just very
Yeah.
heavy snow.
Yeah. Fiona kind of carries on looking, and she's just like, ugh, why is everyone so cheerful?
I don't know.
I feel
It's weird.
uncomfortable.
I mean, it's a nice train. I mean, everyone was so sad in Rivo. Including me.
Yeah, it comes as a bit of a shock.
Let's enjoy it while we can, I guess.
Do you think there's a tavern or something around here?
I hope so. Is there a tavern around here? Oh no, wait.
Fiona will grab
Is
the
there somewhere
nearest
where we can drink?
elf. Just like, is there somewhere we can chat? Is there somewhere we can drink? Is there
Oh,
somewhere?
well, hello, stranger. Welcome to Snowflake Town. Somewhere for a drink? Well, we've got the local watering hole over there, the Icy Inn. But other than that, there's a couple of restaurants maybe, or you can come to my home. I've got some lovely mulled wine on the go.
That's lovely. I think we'll stick to the inn. Thank
Yeah.
you, though.
No, not a problem. Always happy to offer hospitality.
Happy. Everyone's very happy.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, we live in the best place ever, Snowflake Town in Icindare, with Klaus.
Oh, Klaus is here.
Oh no, Klaus is in his workshop. But
Where's
we all
the
work for
workshop?
Klaus.
Where's the workshop?
Oh, well, the workshop's across the Bow Mountains, and he points up to these towering mountains.
It's a long way.
Ah,
Oh yeah, but normally we just we work in the coal mines and take the coal across to the cogworks for him.
Is there
right.
a pathway
Does
to the workshop
everyone
that's
work in the
safe?
coal mines?
Oh, you can't get to the workshop from Snowflake Town anymore. Oh no.
No?
Sorry, there appears to be a bird shouting. Just 1 second.
Oh, that must be the festive feather something.
The festive feather song.
Festive
Way
feather
to go.
pheasant.
Way to go, DM.
That'll do.
Yes.
Feather pheasant.
Ornithology is not your thing, clearly.
No.
It's because it's because there were two words that didn't start with the same letter. It confuses the DM.
Just for that.
Suddenly the
just-
snow
Oh,
starts
no.
going.
Yeah, Talia, you suddenly
Oh.
noticed the snow coming down heavier and the cold biting even through your winter clothing.
Unfair, unrestful,
Right.
unrestful DM.
Right, DM.
Karma from the DM.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Well, the Icy Inn still seems like a chill place to go for a drink, so...
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go relax.
Okay. You go
Um.
across to where he had pointed you to, and you see it looks like a classic tavern, but again, everything is made out of ice. And as you step inside, though the snow has stopped, Val and Talia, the walls just seem to be emanating cold. Everything just
great.
feels cold. And though there is a fire in a hearth inside, crackling merrily, you just can't seem to get any warmth from it. But you walk in and there are like wooden tables and chairs, and there is some that are like around like large ice blocks that are acting as tables, and you do see carved out of ice a long bar. There's a few people in here and they seem to be drinking some sort of white thick substance which you can smell a little bit of alcohol coming from. Other than that, there's like a warm red-looking wine, or what looks like maybe a warm cider.
Yeah, Vienna will see if there's anyone actually at the bar.
Yeah, you walk over and there is a young Eladrin woman stood at the bar, her hair done up, and you can see these twinkling lights in like this almost like beehive-like hairdo. And she turns to go and goes, "Oh, welcome, welcome one and all. What can I get you?"
What's on offer?
Well, we've got eggnog, we've got mulled wine, or mulled cider.
Ah, that's what the white stuff is.
Well, what else would it be?
Can't say I've ever tried it.
Well, have a glass on the house. And she reaches under the thing, pulls out a pitcher, and pours you a glass and plonks it in front of you.
Wait, 3? Really?
Well,
Tyler
of
was,
course,
really
no one
happy.
pays. No one pays for anything in Snowflake Town,
This
unless you're Grinchy.
place is awesome. 3 drinks? Dude, can we stay here?
Even I could be happy about that.
And with that, Vienna kind of tastes it a little bit, and she's like,
But I say, I'm not going to bother describing the taste of eggnog.
I actually like eggnog,
I-
to be fair.
Don't like the
I
idea of
have
any
never
drink
once
having
tried
egg
it.
in it. I don't like the idea of a drink
No,
having egg in it.
It's actually quite
does
nice,
not appeal to
especially
me.
as a snowball. It's
I
very
don't
nice.
like Baileys or any like
Creamy
like,
drinks.
creamy drinks
Yeah.
like that, so I probably wouldn't like eggnog anyway.
So,
That
yeah,
wine
Vienna
sounds good though.
tastes it. She's like, definitely something I've never tasted before. Interesting.
Oh, well, plenty more where that came from. Please, take seats. What can I get for your friends?
I'll take a mulled wine, please.
Okay, she gets a goblet and pours one out for you and places it in your hands.
And can I have a mulled cider, please?
Of course, she
It's
gets some from a
warm.
cauldron. That's the idea of mulled. Passes it to you, Val.
Just what I needed. It's cold in here.
Do we get any warmth from the drink?
You can feel the warmth, and it does
Right.
seem to abate things for a moment, but then it comes back pretty quick.
Oh. Everyone's very happy here, but I couldn't help but notice that the layout of the land is separated into 4 areas.
Oh,
Can you tell me
yes.
Tell me about the land.
Oh, well, this is Asindare. It's Klaus's Domain of Delight.
And this is just one town amongst many?
Oh, this is the only town.
Ah. What's in the other sections?
Well, in the lower left section is the Cogworks. That's fairly new, only about 100 years old, that one. In the top left section is Klaus's workshop. And his tower, obviously. And in the lower right, I mean, we don't normally go there. We occasionally send some people there over the mountains for hunting or for wood gathering, but that's about it.
Tell me about the newer
Oh, the
place?
Cogworks?
The Cogworks, yes.
Yeah, it's where all the toy parts are made.
There's toys?
Toy parts.
Yeah. I mean, do you not know about Klaus?
No.
I mean, we've never been here before. This is all new to us.
Oh, well, he's this great archfey, really really kind, really nice. And he makes this unofficial deal with people on the material plane, which is that if you're good, and as a child, you get a present, a toy. If you're bad, you get coal. And if they accept the present or the coal, then Klaus gets the belief and grows stronger.
What if
So
you
he's
like
stronger
getting
by
coal?
people believe in him?
Well, they don't believe in him as such, but they believe in the deal and they accept the deal, which empowers Klaus.
Quite clever.
Oh yeah, and he found this thing that I don't know what it is, or I don't exactly know how he does it, but he's managed to start contacting multiple planes, and because of that, he needed more production. I mean, we all used to work in the workshop and actually make the toys by hand, but it started to get a bit overwhelming. So Klaus went to somewhere called Eberron and found this guy, and he came here and set up the Cogworks, and it's now automated the toy making process. So we now work in the coal mines to provide the coal for that.
So you...
Sandal, that sounds
Yes.
like your cup of tea.
But, well, I suppose if nobody pays or anything, then there's no harm in you losing your jobs into the workshop, right?
Oh, not at all. Klaus still provides for us. And we're all more than happy to work in the mines. It's a bit dusty and a bit grimy, but we get time off and everything's fine.
So, you guys work in the coal mines.
Oh yeah.
Where do you take the coal?
Oh, to the Cogworks.
To the Cogworks.
Right, so you mine the materials, take it to the workshop, the machines make the toys.
Yeah.
And then
And the toys then get
cross-
taken on the chains through the mountain, high up across to Klaus's workshop.
Chains, you say?
Yeah,
How big are these
they're like-
chains?
Well, I've not really been to the Cogworks recently myself, so I couldn't say. I run the tavern. I don't actually have to go to the mines that often.
But you say these chains take the toys all the way up to where Klaus is?
Oh, they go through the mountain. There's tunnels.
This one? Hmm? But no, I'm
So,
gonna look at the
Do you go into the coal mines?
I haven't been in probably 5 years, but various Eladrin around the town go into the coal mines, yeah.
How often?
At least once a week for most of them.
How long
Sorry,
do they
that
stay
festive
down there?
pheasant seems to be following me.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'm going to have one of the boys shoot that down later.
No.
What, we've got to have the daily feast.
There's a feast daily? What?
Well, of course. Every day's a celebration.
So that's the Festive Feather Pheasant Feast.
Yes.
That sounds like the title of a cookbook.
Oh no.
Now, the look
We're
of
not coming
confusion
up
on
with
your
a cookbook.
face
We're not coming
there,
up with a cookbook, no.
Mr. Elf. Just for a little laugh. Say it 5 times fast.
Frosted. What was it?
Festive feather pheasant feast. Festive feather
Feather,
pheasant
pheasant
feast.
feast.
Festive
Festive
feather
feather,
pheasant
pheasant
feast. Festive feather pheasant feast. Festive feather pheasant
Okay,
feast.
okay, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Well done.
And what day is it today?
What do you mean day?
You know, like,
Like
Oh,
day of the
it's-
week.
you have days and months and years.
We don't have days of the week here. We just have day and night.
Yeah, but today, right? If it goes from light
Today-
to dark
today
and then
is
to light, that's
today.
today.
Today is today.
Hmm.
Why would we
Right.
need any other distinction?
You know how long you've been in the mines, or how long you've been working here. Or how
you-
have any
you
concept of
work in the-
time.
You work in the mines until you get tired, and then you come back out. That's how it works.
Will you get tired? Like,
But you also said that people only go into the mines once a week, so you know weeks exist.
Well, yeah, roughly. We count
Okay.
time, but we don't count days. What's the point in that?
I don't get the
That's
feeling
fair.
they go down the mines and they stay there for a week and then come out.
With that, Vienna's kind of like drinking her eggnog, just like,
Just kind of
Mm,
downs,
unless
how-
yeah.
downs the wine.
unless
puts
you're
it
that
down.
nasty Grinch.
Who is
Grinch?
this Grinch?
Yeah, someone they keep mentioning Grinch. What's that?
He's a, pardon the turn, a phrase, but he's a pain in the bottom. He lives
What?
up in the junkyard on the top of the Bow Mountain,
Mm.
and he's
Charlie's
just
just
not
snickering.
nice at all.
Bottom. Who says bottom?
What does he do?
The Grinch?
Mm.
Oh, he comes down here and makes a nuisance of himself. He tries to mess up festive situations. He'll maybe occasionally set fire to one of the trees or knock things around. He's just a pain in the bum. And I don't think it's him, but there's been some people going missing in the coal mines, but you never know, he might have turned a little malicious.
I'm slightly disappointed that you didn't actually say, "Oh, he's a mean one."
He's a mean one, the Grinch.
Um,
There's only so much copyright infringement I can do.
Yeah.
Let's roll. Let's
Yeah,
try to keep
that's
this
true.
copyright
Fair
free,
point.
yeah?
Out of curiosity, you said that like this is to DM, not to the character. You mentioned that it was almost a fey deal, and good kids got toys and bad kids got coal. Would we have any of us have experienced that as a kid?
No.
Certainly not Val, I'd imagine.
None of that has happened on your material plane.
I've never
Okay.
had a lump of coal.
I probably
I-
have.
I think we
You
should
probably got
help
coal
and,
every year.
yeah. I think we should maybe look into helping in the coal mines.
Yeah,
Oh
why
well,
not?
help's always welcome in the coal mines. Yes.
Hmm.
Or maybe go and pay the Grinch a visit and try and get him to stop bothering you.
I mean, that would
Well,
be
I mean, you said that
welcome,
people
yes.
are going missing in the mines. Maybe the Grinch is involved. Two birds, one stone.
Are people going missing in the mines? Did he say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There's
There's been a few people go missing. We don't know whether
Hmm.
they've just gotten turned around and, you know, fooled by the Grinch and are lost down there.
We can go have a look.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah, with that, finishes the eggnog. Thank you very much.
Oh,
That's all I
You're
got.
welcome.
Yeah, much
Anything else?
appreciated.
Anything else I can help you with before you go?
No, you've been quite helpful. Thank you very much.
Oh, Zandal.
Yeah, just in case this takes a little longer than required, is there a place we can stay?
Well, yeah, we have rooms here. And pretty much any of the villagers or townsfolk could probably put you up if you asked. It's only in the spirit of, you know, giving and festive cheer.
I mean, could we take a few rooms?
Of course, yeah.
Are they
Please
free?
go on up and take any room you want. Yes, everything's free.
This town is awesome.
As long as you're not
Fiona's
rich.
just like... Fiona's
Yeah,
just
even
like,
Zandal's
this
a
is
bit
very
like-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's a bit like, this is unnerving.
Yeah. For Fiona, she's just like, this is weird.
Sweet, oh,
Vienna,
right, compared to-
Yes.
you suddenly, even with Winter's Moon counteracting it, you feel the ice suddenly giving off much more of a chill. And looking outside, you can see the snow suddenly getting much harder.
Ah, looks like the weather's getting worse.
It's been bad for a
Is it?
while.
What? No, it's only just...
You lot don't get out much, do you?
Why?
It's
What are
coming
you
from
seeing?
the hermit.
Yeah, I was going to say, we get out more than you, Zandal.
It's pretty chilly, but
I mean,
I wouldn't have said
it's
it
not
was
bad.
that bad, yeah. You're overreacting a little.
Wait a second. And Vienna's just like, everyone's happy, everyone's unusually happy and cheerful. The minute you have anything negative, you started a little tantrum, and she points to Val.
I started what?
You had a go at Zandal, and then you started getting cold and
Wait,
acting.
I was the one who had a go at Zandal about the workshop. Val joined in, but it was me that
Oh.
started it. So
I
Maybe
just
not.
said,
I mean, I guess we both.
happy
were.
people get on my nerves, or
Why would they get on your? What's wrong with being happy?
just too many happy people. Considering
What
where
would
we've
you
just come
rather?
from.
Everyone was miserable, like in Refog, like shit.
Fair
Things
point.
changed
Maybe
for
I'll try and
once,
be
like.
a little happier that we're
Talia.
not there at the moment.
Talia, the cold suddenly abates, and the snow outside goes back to being a gentle snowfall.
Enjoy it while we can.
I enjoyed the drink. It was tasty. It was nice.
Complaining about everyone being sad. Let's just enjoy the fact that we can walk around and have nothing trying to kill us for once.
Yeah. Or you can be like me and be happy all the time and just be permanently pessimistic.
I'm sure that's a good thing.
That's an unusual outlook, but you do you.
I mean, in a way,
I
I
mean,
guess
it's
you're
worked
never
so far.
disappointed if you always expect the worst, but still.
So, yeah, we find a room, I guess.
Yep, going up there are.
I was
see, like,
Spanish.
You can see there is like rooms that are obviously like occupied, that are obviously like the tavern keepers' rooms and like workers' rooms. But you easily find at least sort of 5 or 6 rooms that you could easily claim for yourselves, and they are small but nicely appointed, each with a bed and a fire, a stuffed armchair, a bookcase filled with random books, and yeah, nice wash basin.
I claim this room.
How big is the room? Is it big enough for all of us, or do we need separate rooms for each?
You could probably fit 3 people in a room comfortably. Any more than that, it would get a bit uncomfortable. But like I say, there are 6 individual rooms available if you wanted to split up.
Suppose we could do that. I mean,
Every
Gotta
time we
look
split
at the bright-
every time we
I was
split
gonna
up,
say-
it's never been good.
I was gonna say, look, we've got to look at the bright side. At least there's no bone claw here.
That
Just
is
smirk at
true.
Xandal.
That is true.
Kind of giggle to myself.
I mean, it could always be worse. That frozen beholder might come here. Seems like the type of place you'd be happy. Literally.
How do we know that him and Klaus are the same thing? Shit, what if they are? Oh god. No, let's not think about that.
Oh,
And this
I
is
think
an
we should
elaborate ploy.
probably rest up till morning. I mean, and then go out and look. It's what,
Wait,
what
mid-afternoon now?
time of the day is it, actually?
Yeah, is it day or night?
I think it's mid-afternoon.
Glancing outside, it's very hard to tell because there is a constant cloud cover, but you would guess probably, yeah, mid-afternoonish.
Okay.
Plus, we've got to adjust from being in the constant heat that was Refort to this frozen bundle of joy.
At least if you're cold, you can, like, wrap up warm, but when you're hot,
Xandal.
once you're down to your skin, you can't take anything else off.
You suddenly feel the cold emanating from the ice much more strongly than before, and through it you can see the snow outside picking up and getting heavier.
Is this thing working? He starts waving his cloak around like, ah, shit.
Anyway, while
He
we're
just
all
kind of
together,
like wraps around.
yeah, while we're all together, like Vienna's just like, if we go into the coal mines and get into the cog place,
Nope, what was it again?
the
Clockworks?
Cogworks. Have a look at that machine, see what that's all about.
Oh, what
From
automation
there,
thing? Yeah.
we can go into the workshop.
Well,
I mean, I know-
You mentioned the chains going up. Maybe we could ride the chains
Yep.
all the way up. Maybe.
And I'm thinking, this Klaus person doesn't seem like a bad guy. Would he be willing to make a deal if we got rid of the Grinch?
I mean, I could trade him that drill.
Yeah, but the problem is this gem, right? It benefits heavily from it, right? The Grinch, well, they're all still pretty happy, so he's clearly not doing enough to disrupt. I'm not sure if he's going to be willing to give up something so beneficial just for a minor inconvenience being gotten rid of.
Plus the fact that it seems like...
Uh-oh, God, what's up?
Uh-oh.
Who's jumped? Who's
Well.
fell? Oh, Ben's
Well.
lost.
It's,
We've lost
Ben.
Ben. There we go, we're back. We're back.
He's coming back. The
He's
snow
back.
got too heavy.
There we go.
Are you back?
Wait,
Can you hear us?
No.
what's up?
You were all still talking up until a second ago, and then it died.
Yeah, okay, well, you're
Oh.
back now. Oh, all is good. All is good.
I mean, considering that he's using that gem to increase his reach,
Why would
I'm
you give up
pretty
power?
certain
Yeah.
any amount of bargaining may fall on deaf ears.
or we could stop the coal.
I just had a brilliant idea. The chances of us pulling it off were very slim. Because
Does it involve levers?
No, Archstay aren't stupid, and we'd need to get the fuck out of here as soon as we did it if he even fell for it. But what if we pretend to give him one of the soul band items? I mean, my cowl, I could take it off, offer it to him, and be like, look, you can change fate and everything, right? And then we get out of there, and then I just summon it back to myself.
He's got to want it. I
Yeah.
mean, that gem is so useful to him.
Well, that's what
For
I'm
what he's
thinking.
doing.
The cowl, being able to see anything that is hidden and being able to
Yes,
leave the
but
fate
that
to yourself
might
would
not
just
be
as powerful.
might not be his thing.
The gem is giving him more power, effectively.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
unless
just
you've
a
got
thought.
something that can do that just as well.
I mean, we could play our items up to be more
I think
interesting than they are, but
we can always play it by ear, see what's going on in the cogworks.
maybe we can find out from people what sort of things Klaus really covets and see if we can bargain that way.
I think we're just going to have to go and get it, but...
Yeah, you're probably right. We're just going to have to steal it.
I have a weird theory.
Go on.
Could Klaus and the Grinch be the same person? Since the Grinch is called like hounding people and almost like forcing them to try and be happier, and it fits into this whole narrative that Klaus is putting out.
When did he say that the Grinch was the one making things bad? He just said he was setting some trees on fire and being a nuisance.
Yeah, but it also kind of
I mean, that could just be the
reinforces the idea.
Maybe, I don't know.
Tries to find people who aren't being as happy as they should be, and you know, those are the people who are disappearing.
Maybe.
Let's go
Can
check it out.
I test something
Okay.
as everyone's talking? Can I try and reach out to Hazlitt to see if he knows anything about this, seeing he's from a different realm?
As you go to reach out to Haslick, it's like you're trying to reach down a very long corridor.
He's still in his damn corridor.
What?
Val,
Yep.
because of what you just said, the rest of you notice this as well. Val, your scales begin to take on a greenish hue on the edges, and you find yourself beginning to get angry or resentful of anyone appearing excessively joyful.
He's a mean one.
Gotta be right.
He is fabulous!
You're looking a little green in the gills there,
Ew.
Val.
Literally.
You've not got to puke or anything.
Oh,
Please
no,
don't
I
puke.
just-
I really
just-
hate it when people throw up.
This cold is starting to get to me, and don't like it when I'm cold.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
Right, that's my plan. Anyway, let's go to the cog mines. Let's have a check
Could
that
I
out.
do a medicine check on Val, seeing as people turning green isn't normally normal?
Yeah, go
just making sure he hasn't been poisoned with free
Go
drink.
Yeah, go ahead, make a medicine check.
10.
10. From what you can tell, Val seems to be in perfect health.
Wait, maybe you haven't got the phase thing, have you? The thing with the slot. Maybe before we got. Let me check you out, and I'll touch him, and I'll do see fate. I'll have an examine of his threads.
Yeah, as you look at
I
his
mean, he
thread,
seems healthy. But
as you look at his threads, Talia, from what you can tell, he seems fine. His thread looks a little discolored, but that's about it.
I don't think you have the phase or whatever it is, but your threads are
Well-
not color.
Talia mentioning that, could I just try and, because I know that doing a bit of lay on hands clears like anything, can clear some conditions. Can I try and do lay on hands and just try and clear the greenness?
Yeah.
For like
As you cast Lay on Hands, you feel the warmth rush through your body. The green remains. You still feel upset and angry against anyone who appears excessively joyful. On the other hand, Xandal, the cold stops. And in fact, you almost feel warmer than you did when you first ever entered this domain. And as you glance outside, make me a perception check.
Perception. 15.
15. You're sort of glancing outside and you're sort of watching the snowflakes fall. And as you sort of lean closer and peer at them, they look odd. You open the window and reach out and let one fall on your hand. And it doesn't melt. You lift it up, you sort of sniff it, you lick it, pop it in your mouth and chew. It's a beautiful, sweet marshmallow. All the snowflakes falling outside are beautiful, sweet marshmallows.
Ert, come here, have a look at this.
Comes scuttling over and goes, what? What?
And he sort of like, he holds his hands out and he's like, marshmallows.
Talia's just like
Reaches
looking
out.
at Xandal like he's growing a second head. Like,
Yeah,
what
for the rest
fuck
of
are
you, he's
on,
just
man?
holding a handful of snow.
I think Xandal's finally lost it, Fiona.
I think this domain's having weird effects on people.
I think I'm gonna say Vienna might be twigging that what you say and do has an effect on what you see and how you feel.
Vienna, make a history check with advantage because of your Fey
Background.
pact.
10.
10. There's something
Here
niggling.
we go.
There's something niggling at the back of
Don't
your
bring
mind.
that into the world.
Something about domains of delight, but you can't quite draw it to the forefront of your mind at the moment.
She'll just be like, I think the only thing I can think of is I think we need to watch what we say.
I mean, we should probably do that more anyway. I mean,
Sandal's still trying to offer Ert marshmallows, knowing how much she likes sweet things.
Is trying.
Then he sort of like looks at his hand and goes, oh wait, smithing gloves. Takes them off, gets a fresh handful of marshmallows.
Xandal, if you're gonna eat that, just make sure it's white and not yellow.
Well,
Why would marshmallows be yellow?
you don't want to know, Xandal. You really don't want to. Just think about it for a second. What
So
is
I'm
yellow?
gonna guess a lot of this funness might take the afternoon.
Just dicking about with snow.
Yeah.
So, you guys get in. Are you resting? How long are you resting for in the inn?
I'd say until morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Enough
just,
to
chill,
get
we'll
a
just
rest.
chill out and relax until morning.
You-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Vienna will
Let-
probably go and get another eggnog. She's actually decided she quite likes it.
I'll get
And
the wine.
you are quite easily served the eggnog, and everything goes fine with that.
Xandal's probably going to sit and just try and sort of like figure out this cold iron with like a handful of marshmallows beside him.
And for the rest of you, you're just watching Xandal just pick up individual snowflakes and put them in his mouth.
I'll probably just sit in the corner and like try and check my mirror because she hasn't seen Gunther's face in so long.
As you take out the mirror, there's just your own reflection looking back at you.
Talia
You
just
are
stares
on
at the
another-
mirror, looking really depressed and sad.
You are on another plane of existence,
Yeah.
and it does not reach across planes, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Talia will just look sadly at the mirror and be all depressed in the corner now.
Val will start off grumpy and actually try and communicate with the only other grumpy person in the room, which is probably Mortimer, if he can communicate with Mortimer.
So you get out Mortimer, and what do you say?
I'm just like, well, Are you still there? So I know that sometimes things get a
Well,
bit weird and...
Of course I'm still here.
Well, you were a little bit distant last time we talked, so...
Well, yeah, that's because of that field around that city. That's not here, is it?
Oh, I thought it was because of, like, what happened prior at the bar.
Oh, yeah, there was that. Yeah, I
I'm
should really
sorry.
still be upset with you.
I love what I was saying.
I'll
Just
try
don't
and make
shove me in-
amends.
Don't shove me in the snow.
Okay. Do you not like the cold?
I'm meant for digging soil, boy, not snow.
Fair.
And Val, as you apologize to Mortimer, the green fades from your scales, and you no longer feel irrationally angry over people being joyful.
Just
However,
very cold still.
Yes, still very cold. Okay. Eventually, you get brought in your rooms a feast as the tavern keeper wheels in a trolley upon which you see what looks like roast boar, roast pheasant, mashed potatoes, various vegetables, and
I thought the birds had gone quiet.
just and underneath, as she reveals it, and Ert's eyes go wide, just a massive tray of sweets. And she goes, "Enjoy, everyone!" And then bustles out. Obviously, you see more trolleys waiting outside, waiting to be taken to other rooms.
Talia just kind of look forlornly at the food, put the mirror away, and then just sulk.
Oh, you can't really complain with free food, can you?
Talia,
Didn't need it.
Talia,
Mm.
your skin and hair begins to take on a green tinge, and you start to feel irrationally angry against people who are being excessively joyful.
This place sucks. I miss Cookta.
Looking at the food, is it on par with, like, the quality of food at the spa place that we were in? You know, with the clapper? Is it about that level?
It is actually even more brilliant. It is like you can see the pheasant is beautifully plump. The crackling on the roast boar, it's, as you sort of like put a knife into it, it cuts through, and just the smell of the cooked juices wafts out. The potatoes are creamy and buttery, and all the veg is perfectly cooked.
Val just, like, salivates and after eating a few bits, just exclaims, "I don't think I've ever eaten food this good."
Can't remember the last time I enjoyed food. Being good
And that's it,
sucks.
yeah. Fiona just kind of like takes little bits of everything, just like, just happily eating away.
Yep.
Xandel's probably got himself like a little sort of like platter of like mixed foods, and he's just casually munching away as he's inspecting the cold eye and testing its malleability and
Yeah,
Just
Fiona
like
picks
that.
up the bowl of sweets and goes, I think these are for you. She passes.
Happily starts chomping on them. And Vienna, you
Mhm.
feel the cold abate from the ice around you. And the snow outside seems to reduce to the same level it was when you first arrived.
Huh.
Is there anything spicy?
don't eat too many sweets all at once, though. You'll get bad teeth.
Talia,
It's
you're
got her
looking green now.
I feel miserable. She kind of sniffs.
It's got her spice powder. She could spice some of this up if you wanted something a little bit hotter.
Yeah, like really hot. I need cheering up.
Try that cheese. It's got peppers, I think, in it. It's got a bit of a kick.
Where's your spice pouch? Have you got anything like crazy
Hmm?
that you can pull out?
She looks up, her mouth just covered in chocolate and cream.
Oh, clean your mouth. Wipes it off.
What?
I think Talia needs a bit of cheering up, so she... Have you got anything spicy in your spice pouch?
She reaches in and grabs a pinch of something and goes, "What am I putting it on?"
Apparently, there's some spicy cheese.
Okay. And she sprinkles what looks like glowing red powder onto the cheese. And you all watch as the cheese begins to melt slightly at the edges. Here
Here
you go,
goes.
Talia. It's only because you have fire resistance I'm not making you roll the con save. As it is hot.
This is like that salad I had with Gunther that one time.
Suddenly it gasps, runs to the window, grabs a handful of snow, and goes, "Sandal, it is marshmallows!"
I told you.
Okay, can Vienna roll again?
Yep, history check with advantage. Zandal, by the way,
Yeah.
so is Zandal currently feeling hungry?
He never really feels hungry. He just kind of picks at food as it goes along.
Okay. As you're sort of sat there tinkering with this cold iron, you hear just this faint sound of almost like tingling bells. And as you look down, there's a candy cane right next to your hand.
Anyone leave this?
Nope.
What can we see?
You all see the candy cane.
Oh, right, okay.
Where was that hiding? Bert, can you spice
Oh,
this one
well,
too? And she'll like hold out some
I
more
think
like
I'm back.
cheese.
Yep, spices it for you.
She'll like stuff her face and start feeling a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled shit, so
Yeah,
I know nothing.
you're still not sure.
No.
Zandal kind of looked at the candy cane. He kind of looked around at the carnage that likely caused with her bowl of candy, just to make sure it wasn't like a flyaway piece.
No, it's different from all the other pieces.
You look puzzled, Vienna. What's wrong?
Something niggling me about this place. Just, you're happy, you get marshmallows. You're sad, you turn green.
Oh, is that why I'm green? Don't think I've ever heard of a place that makes you go green when you're sad. I thought you were supposed to go blue if
maybe.
you're sad, right? Blue is sad, not green. Isn't green jealous? I don't know, I just, yeah, guess.
It's probably linked to that nasty old Grinch.
Maybe. We're not going to figure it out still here.
Anyway, night eventually draws
Do you
in.
want this? Put it in your bag for later, though.
Grabs it, and as she goes to grab it, her hand passes through it.
Oh, it's just for you, Zandal.
Wait, what?
Wait, David's real.
Lick it.
Lick it! Lick it,
Lick
Sandal!
it.
Lick,
Yeah,
lick the
he
candy
licks it.
What is Zandal's favourite sweet food?
It would likely be sort of like fruits, or fruit tasting things, citrus, apples, grapes.
Yeah, as you lick
Apples,
this,
grapes, and motor oil.
it tastes.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like
It
Zandal.
tastes like
That could be his candle. Motor oil.
it
Citrus
tastes
and apple.
like something you used to always get at Madame Poppy's, which was a scone that was made with apples and small slices of lemon, and it was your favourite, and you've missed it ever since, and it tastes exactly like that, and you feel
Like,
full and satisfied, and you gain 5 temporary hit points.
ooh. Sandal's kind of like, the look on his face is almost as if he's entirely forgotten the cold iron that's in his other hand. He just seems like, this takes me back.
Never had a candy cane before, Zandal.
Not like this.
What's it taste like?
Do you remember when we went to Madame Poppy's when we went to see my dad?
Yes, vaguely. Although I didn't eat anything, because, you know, the whole dead thing.
Oh yeah. Well, she used to do this scone, and it had like apples and lemons all sort of like infused into it. That with a bit of like her special clotted cream. It was like loved going there as a treat as a kid with my mum. It tastes like
Instead
that.
of sugar and mint, why do they taste like scones?
I don't know.
This place is strange. I like it,
Yes.
and it scares me a little too. Well, hopefully, the rest of this little adventure is as pleasant as this.
I feel a bit
Go ahead.
mixed. I may seem a bit grumpy because I'm both happy for these people, but I'm also feeling a little bit jealous
Yeah, I can understand
because a lot of kids had happy childhoods even without making deals with Fae, and
that. Yeah,
I guess that's why I'm being a little bit moody.
I can understand.
I'm sorry if that's affecting you
didn't-
guys.
I didn't have it easy
Seems
either.
no, I get what you mean. It seems very surreal. Everything is free. Everyone seems
I mean,
overly happy.
I think out of all of us, Sandor, you
almost
probably
seems
had the best
forced.
childhood.
And there's no slaves,
Yeah, that's good. Or is there?
seemingly.
Or is there?
They're too happy. So,
Well, I'm sure we'll find out more in the mines. That's where they do most of the work, right?
true.
Oh, if you thought it was raining marshmallows, can't imagine you'd be sad, would you?
That's true.
True.
Better than cold and wet and miserable ice.
You watch tomorrow, it'll be cloudy with a chance of meatballs or something. I don't know.
Anyway, as the night draws on, you eventually see outside more and more of these coloured lights turn on. And
Ooh,
eventually
that's
the
pretty.
town is just filled with these beautiful coloured lights, lighting everything, and they glint and refract off of the ice buildings. Eventually, you all find your way to your various rests, and get a long rest, should you want one.
Might
Yeah.
as well.
Not that I think anyone needs one.
I think we literally had a long rest.
Do I lose
It
my
can't
10
hurt,
pet
right?
points? Or...
You do, but as you wake up the next morning, there is another candy cane there waiting for you.
Quick question: would I have had my gauntlet returned to me, and would I have been able to put any charges into the gauntlet over the course of having some rest?
I think we established we got our equipment back.
Yes,
Yeah.
Any
your
that we'd
equipment
hidden,
back.
So
Yeah.
probably.
So would I be able to
Sandal-
put 2 charges in, maybe?
I would say previous to taking the long rest, you could have put 1 charge in. But
Okay.
if you went to put another charge in during the long rest, that cancels your long rest.
Okay. I'll wait until the morning then and just put a charge in the morning.
Yeah, Zandal's gonna just keep his candy cane for a little bit later.
Okay.
Oh, I just had a thought. I'm going to pull out my diary. What does my little diary have to say about this town? Is there any notes in the margin?
Your diary, as you pull it out, it details your journey, but you notice something. It's writing in rhyme.
Oh no.
Wait.
Everything
This-
in rhyming couplets.
Look at this.
And-
He's never done this before. Look, it's rhyming.
And the comments in the corners are along the lines of, make it stop! Make it stop!
Oh, I don't think my diary is very happy. I'll close the diary and put it back in my pocket. Don't think we're going to.
Is the
make tips
diary
from here.
green?
The diary
Remembering
is
that.
green, yes. The diary has
Wait,
changed
wasn't
colour
my
and is
diary
green.
red before? Why is it green? Am I still green?
You
Because
are
your
still green.
diary's a sarcastic
But I feel
bastard.
better. Why am I still green? I don't understand this place.
Meanwhile, like as we were like taking our rest, Fiona's kind of like sat. She's in a meditative state and she's watching the glowing lights outside. She's like, kind of reminds me of home a little bit. the mushrooms can sometimes make those colours on the ceilings and the walls.
That would sound kind of nice. But the Underdark.
Can be. It can be pretty, you just have to look at it from a different point of view.
I mean, that could be said to a lot of places.
Hmm.
Maybe this place isn't so bad when you look at it that way, I guess.
No, Vienna's just kind of like, she's kind of slouched back, just watching the lights, really, before she kind of takes that short sleep that elves take.
Yeah. Okay.
Xandal had like spent the night. He's just kind of like buried in this marshmallow over bed, like very soft. I don't move.
And dawn comes the next morning, and you see as people getting up early are still just as jolly and just as happy outside.
Ollie's
Right.
gonna like raise an eyebrow and then just plaster a grin on her face and say, "What a fine morning!" And then just kind of wait expectantly. I really thought that would work.
Even Vienna kind of turns around and says, I think you might have to mean it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay. Are you all heading out of the tavern?
Yep. We're probably going to follow where most of the crowd goes, to be honest.
Okay. Stepping outside and heading into the town square, Talia, make me a perception check.
Second? Okay, cool. Well, am I making a perception check?
Yep.
19?
19.
Thank God for my modifier.
As you step out and you're sort of like looking around and like stretching and getting on ready for your day, the first thing you notice is a lot of the Eladrin who are walking past you are glancing at you and noticing the green and going, "Grinchy, she's a bit grinchy."
I'm
and
not grinchy, I'm
scuffling
happy!
away.
Why are they staring at me?
And then the other thing you notice, those snow constructs you'd seen, as you sort of walk around, their heads are turning and following you as you move.
Nothing to see here! Just a happy person in a happy place! just kind of snuggle like closer to Val, like, this place is starting to get scary.
Well, heading
Sorry, I'm busy Googling Grinch quotes.
I think we'll have to be careful though, because obviously
Yeah.
copyright. Yeah.
Okay. And as you begin, like sort of, you get to the edge of the town and you can see there is two paths that lead away from the town, both heading towards the mountain. One looks like a very well trodden road that's been made out of cobblestones and heads towards the very like where the junction of the mountains meet, like that. It's heading towards the corner. That's where a lot of the Eladrin seem to be going. However, the other one looks like a muddy dirt track, and you can see a lot of wheel marks, and it appears to head up to a switchback track heading up the mountain. And you can see like bits of what look like food waste and rubbish strewn around the edges of the track.
Fiona will kind of like tap one of the other elves on the shoulder and she'll be like, where does that track
Good morning. How can I help you today?
where does that track go?
Oh, that goes to the junkyard. We dump all our trash up there. It's also where the Grinch lives.
Oh, wouldn't want to go there. Want to be in the happy place, right?
Oh, everyone's happy here. Although you're looking a little Grinchy over
Yeah,
there.
I don't know why. I feel so happy.
Better start being a bit nicer. Can't be naughty.
Here, have a gold piece for having a great day.
Takes it and sort of looks at it and goes, "Thanks."
You're welcome. Not
Fiona's
happy,
like,
Vienna.
"Oh, no."
It's not working. I don't want to be green.
Again, maybe you have to mean it. Now can Vienna try this freaking history?
You mean
again?
it? How do you mean it?
When they go ahead and make another check, history check
Like, how's
with
guidance?
advantage.
Could she have a
16.
plus 4?
18.
It suddenly hits you as that person said you need to be nicer. You're looking a bit naughty. You suddenly remember, in Domains of Delight, there are the norm. So in Fave society, there are 3 rules. There is the rule of reciprocity, the rule of hospitality, and there's a 3rd rule, and I can't remember what it is.
Generosity?
No, not generosity. But
Are you going to have to do a
Hang on,
quick
let me get
Google?
no, I would need to go get the Wild Beyond the Witchlight book, but I'm not going to do that.
Just remove the gold.
But basically, there's 3 main rules. But in a Domain of Delight, Archfey can add rules to their domain.
Right.
They can add their own rules. They're unlike with the regular Feywild, a Domain of Delight is that Archfey's personal domain. It is their personal corner of the Feywild that they have cut out and separated, and it is theirs to rule. Thus can impose any rules they want. And everyone keeps going on about naughty and nice. You get the feeling your actions here have either benefits or consequences, depending on Klaus's views of what is naughty and what is nice.
Right. So yeah, Vienna will be like, it's come to me now.
What do you...
If you're nice, you get nice things. If you're naughty, you become the Grinch.
I got sad about missing Gunther, and that makes me a bad person? That made me naughty.
Maybe you weren't spreading cheer.
I mean, I gave that guy a gold piece. I told him to have a nice day. Isn't that nice? I kind of meant it. Maybe if I hug you, and then she'll just, like, give you a hug.
She gives you a hug, and you suddenly realise, Vienna, though Talia is skin's normally very smooth, there's just these tiny little green hairs that are a little prickly starting to grow out of her skin.
She's just like, and you mean that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I really like you, Fiona. Like, a lot. And then she'll waggle her eyebrows at you.
That's pointing to naughty.
Oh, come on, Finn! That's not fair! Oh,
Vienna,
man.
that also causes you to think of something.
Right.
If the Grinch is the Grinch, and anyone who's naughty is a Grinch,
Becomes the Grinch.
or becomes a Grinch, then the Grinch must be something that Klaus doesn't like. It must be someone who's gone against everything Klaus wants in some way, shape, or form.
Interesting. Fiona's just kind of sitting there like,
Green isn't even my colour!
I think we may need to go up there. By the way, that cat is being beautiful.
I know, it's such a gorgeous cat.
It's just like,
So handsome. Look at that face. Oh, getting distracted by a cat. Not that the recording can see the cat, or you can just about
No.
see him in the wait, corner over there. Right. Sorry. Oh.
And who knows, if we go up there, maybe they've got some, toys that didn't hit the bar that, could be fun to play with, or, they thought
Or
it was
the-
trash, but we could repurpose.
we can carry on
waste
with
not,
what we
want
were
not.
doing, and if we don't get any ideas, any new information, we can venture on.
Yeah, I'm
the
going to
mountain.
just try and think of happy thoughts and happy memories and hope I don't turn green. And then she'll start just thinking about all happy things, like when she first met Gunther, and
Okay.
that's the
All
snow. That time we went on the Wintry Wonderland and we had that snow fortress fight, and she won. And had fun and stuff.
Sorry, Aaron actually became a cat for a second.
She'll just kind of
Race
smile.
change, tabaxi.
Yeah. She'll just kind of smile to herself, remembering all the fond memories and adventures leading up
Okay.
to that moment.
Just remember to keep it clean. Don't want more naughty points.
My thoughts are always clean, Blossom. I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm sure they are.
Ah, warm and fuzzy feelings, yes.
Warm and fuzzy, like the cat that keeps going
Cat that just wants to eat your webcam, apparently.
Okay, you guys are continuing to the coal mines.
Yeah.
Okay. Making your way along this cobblestone road, you can see a lot of the Eladrin giving you all a wide berth because of them spotting green on Talia.
I literally don't know what to do. I'm thinking nice sports, I gave some gold. Like, what do I have to fucking do to not be a Grinch? This isn't fair. I'm trying to be nice. Give me
Sorry.
something here.
DM's discretion.
Fair.
But eventually you
He's thinking
start
wholesome
coming
thoughts. He's not thinking sexual thoughts. About
you
it.
start coming up to this corner of these mountains where they intersect, and these mountains loom high overhead. But you see eventually most of the Eladrin going up to a stand by a cave entrance and picking up pickaxes and lights, hats with lights on, and starting off down into this long, dark tunnel.
So, we want to help. What do we do?
Oh, you
I mean,
want to help?
I don't know
Well,
why I've
there's
developed an accent, but
there's pickaxes there, there's hats with lights on there, and there's mine carts around the mines that you put any coal you find into, and then it'll eventually get transported to the cogworks.
Sure, I want to be helpful. I'll wear the cute hat. I want to wear happy hats. Happy hats. And she'll like put the hat on and like, look, it's so cute. And she'll just kind
He
of
sort
smile.
of looks at you, and like you see his smile falter slightly, and he goes,
I want to be happy. I want to be nice. I want to be helpful.
Would more light be of help to you guys?
I mean, we've got plenty of with the hats. That should be fine. Thank you. Bye. And he quickly scuttles off.
It's impossible. How are you supposed to be nice? Every single thing you do, you like be nice,
I think
and then
it's got
everyone
to
just
be-
treats you like crap. Like,
you're doing it
and
on
that makes you
Um,
sad.
Yeah,
You're
don't.
doing it on purpose.
Also,
You've got to do it
Pretending
all.
to
Like
be
I
nice
say,
isn't
I'm-
being
I mean,
nice.
Talia's not
Yeah.
a dick. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
she's not horrible. Like, there might be a little reason.
Like, think of it like
selfish
me.
behind it, but-
I got this again this morning. He shows the candy cane. I am naturally pessimistic, like all the time. I have very little to be happy about. I mean, my home's
You got the candy
nearly
cane. I
done
get to
with
go
the rot.
green.
Like my home's nearly like dying to the rot. I'm being hounded by this bone claw thing. I've miffed off a ice beholder. My dad hates me. The list goes on and on.
Seriously,
I am
you're
naturally
going to be as
pessimistic.
green as me if you don't stop. Just don't.
You
think
have
about
got a
things
smoking
like
hot fiance though.
that. Yeah, like Finley's
That is true.
gorgeous. And that dress, do you remember the dress? The
but-
ball, she looked so good.
Yes,
Right.
but you just kind of go with the flow.
Can you stop the snow sound, please? It sounds like polystyrene in my ears, and it's making me like.
Right, hang on. Never mind. There we go.
Sorry, I've been like cringing for like.
There you go. Is that better?
It
We're in the
literally goes
mines.
through me like.
I was about to transition that, immersion.
Sorry.
So
Oh,
yeah,
weather
it's
in
got to
my
come
ears.
natural to you. So it's just that nothing natural has come to you yet. Too.
I mean, I'm pretty good with a pick. Maybe if I mine some stuff.
Whereas
You
Vienna's
know
kind of
me,
looking
I'm always
around.
happy. I'm a cheerful lass.
Vienna's looking around at all the coal and is just like, he gives coal to naughty children. This is a lot of coal.
But it's
I
also
want
for
to
the
get coal.
cog factory.
Yeah, like fuel for the furnaces
Yes.
and stuff,
Maybe
right?
we should check that.
We said we were
What,
going to go to the
before we
workshop.
start mining?
I know. We'll mine some first.
Yeah, let's mind
I think give the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know he's necessarily that weird and
I'm sure
angry or anything like that.
if we put the graft in and we do a bit of work, things will look up.
Okay. So you all head into the mines, and as you step into this tunnel, the hats you're wearing, there is a small candle on the top that lights up and provides enough light to see sort of 10 feet around you. But otherwise,
But
for
I've
those
got
of you,
like super dark vision.
yeah, I'm about to say, for those of you without dark vision, it is pitch black beyond that. For you, Vienna, you can see
I got that.
like the shapes and outlines of things, but all the Eladrin have now vanished.
Oh.
Like they've gone deeper into the mines, and they didn't wait for you. They've just gone. You can see there are minecart tracks on the floor, and they lead further off ahead along this tunnel.
Going
Uh,
to. Yeah, I was going to say, it's like we seem to have lost.
Sandal's got one of the light up hats and has turned it on.
It turns
I
on automatically as you step into a dark place.
Okay.
was going to say Val is probably going to turn to and say, "Shall we light it up?"
Hey, the candles
can
look
do.
so nice though, and she'll kind of smile to herself because she remembers like that candle that seems to appear around someone whenever it's their birthday.
Yeah.
So
Makes her feel really happy. So happy, in fact, that she stops being green.
See, the problem is, I know you're forcing this.
No, but like seriously, I am trying, Talia, to be not forceful and be happy
I
and
know,
that lot. It's
I
just
know.
you seem to take everything I say as disingenuous. I'm not disingenuous all the time. Jeez.
Yeah, so you and Urt are casting light.
well,
I'm guessing.
she can just light up a mace.
Yeah, so she lights
Uh,
up a mace, and that creates more light around you. And again, it lights up more of this barren rock tunnel with the minecart tracks, and occasionally, like, you can see a support beam. But that's about it.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off casting sunlight until we're further in.
I was going to say, I think Vienna's actually going to cast dancing lights for
Yeah.
everyone. Because she's aware that she's
Nice.
probably the only one. If she's struggling to see, no one else is going to be able to see.
Yeah.
But Vienna's dancing lights will probably have different colours, almost like the Aurora Borealis that we saw.
Yeah.
Yes, we go deeper.
Okay. So
Sure. We'll follow a track.
there currently is only the one path to take,
Mhm.
but you continue down along it, and it's a good 30, 40 minutes of walking at a slightly downward angle until eventually you come to a crossroads.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh. Wait. Are we back?
Wait. I think.
Hello?
Did we all freeze at the
I
same
think we
time?
all
It
froze
seems
for
like
a
I think so.
second.
everyone froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Not me for
Froze
once.
a second.
Yay!
No, it was all of us.
All of us were just like,
Everyone.
wait a second.
Anyway,
It was that 8:15 time though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
so you've reached a crossroads where there's there's left, right, straight on, and there's minecart tracks going down each of them. And the air is starting to get dusty and hard to breathe.
Hmm. This doesn't seem as much fun for everyone, surely.
Can we hear any sounds down?
They get a reward if they
in-
mine, right?
You can hear the echoes of
Zandal, how is it for you? Is it
Yeah,
still
how is
as
it for
dark
me?
and
It's-
dusty?
dark, dusty.
Hmm.
Nothing seems to have changed.
It's a bit
Yeah.
dusty, but it's not that
Seems
bad.
quite. A typical, just very dark
Not a
mine.
marshmallow mine.
And as for if you can hear anything, you can hear the sound of pickaxes echoing distantly, but it echoes so much you can't pinpoint a direction.
Hmm.
Do we go where people are? Do we just start mining here?
Is there tracks on the, like, footprints or anything that we can follow on the track?
Make a survival check.
Uh-oh, that's not my strong point.
Guidance! I'm just gonna keep using guidance.
Oh, 19. The one thing I
19.
don't have.
So looking at it, you look at it and there's footprints going in all directions, but the heaviest traffic seems to be going to the left.
The cat
That's
is
like, I
causing
want
mayhem.
to play too!
It's like, I can track. Okay. I think we just keep walking till we land somewhere.
Yeah, so are you going straight, left, or right?
Uh-oh.
Bit
Well,
ahead to victory,
left,
right?
wasn't it?
If in doubt, follow your nose.
Yeah, smell anything sweet, Sandal? Earth?
No.
No?
No.
Just dusty.
Sorry, I
Alright.
sneeze really loudly. Oh, sorry.
Let's.
I mean, we could always go straight down the middle and keep going down the middle. Eventually,
Yep.
we'll get to something, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Let's
Okay.
go.
So you start heading down the central path,
Mm-hmm.
following it along as it keeps on a slow decline. Another 30 minutes passes. Eventually you see up ahead that it bends, turns to the right. As you follow it around, moving along, another 10 minutes passes, only sound now the sound of your footfalls. And it turns to the right again. And as you've come along here with the light from Ert's mace, you can see ahead of you what looks like a collapsed tunnel ahead.
Ugh, dead end. Or is it? And I'll start, like, touching everything, see if there's anything false.
Okay. As you start touching everything, a bit of the rubble shifts, and a blue hand appears under the rubble, covered in blood,
Oh.
partially withered, and obviously necrosis beginning to set in.
Like, try and dig them out, see if they're okay?
You start digging, and heads are not supposed to be flat.
Oh. She'll kind of just... kind of, like... rebury it, and then kind of close her eyes and say a little prayer to the Raven Queen, wishing for her to take them away to where they need to be.
And as you say this prayer, the green fades from your hair and skin, and you no longer feel irrationally hateful towards people who are jolly.
Just kind of smile and take a little comfort in that, and take a step back. I think there was a cave in. This sadly didn't make it. I don't think we'll be able to go any further this direction. We should head back. Try a different route.
I may have missed something trying to relight the fire that keeps going out.
No,
It's still
the-
light.
the
It's still
tunnel-
fine.
No, I've just lit it again.
Oh.
So.
The tunnel went on for a while, turned right, and then after a while turned right again, and it's come to a cave in. Talia interacted with it to see if it was an illusion and uncovered a dead body, effectively, a dead Eladrin.
Sent them on their way with the...
Can Xandal kind of like look around, make sure that the supports are actually doing their job?
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
20.
20. Looking at the supports, you suddenly realize these people may be happy to mine, but they are not miners. Like, the supports work, But if you can see a number like that are put too close together, wasting wood. You can see some that are too far apart, and the ceiling's starting to look a little like it's bowing. And you can tell, like, these guys are doing the best they can, but they are amateurs. Very much
Yeah.
amateurs. There may be some among them who've
Um,
been at this long enough now to know what they're doing, but these side tunnels are obviously not run by them.
we need to essentially get these people out and reteach them how to do the supports. Because
Don't
this
think
is
you're
not
going-
right. There's going to be more cave-ins.
Don't think you're going to convince them to leave, but maybe we can shore it up a little bit. Is there any? I'll look around. Is there like any materials that we can shore up some of the supports with?
Not down here.
Or what we
Or
can
at least
do
advise
is
them.
try and get to Klaus, and we offer your expertise up
Yeah.
to try and make everything safer, so there's no more cave-ins.
Good work.
I think so.
I mean, if they're
Might
going to
work.
continue down here, it'd be better if they were safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archfey are not stupid. He would know this, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't
That his
endanger
people.
them.
If
not
his
fine.
workload's increased, he's still a mortal being, I assume.
His mind could be elsewhere. Maybe he's distracted
He-
by all of the influx
Yeah.
of power. Power corrupts, after all.
I mean, you think his workload increased before everyone went into the mines.
Yep. And he's
I-
trying to do this thing on multiple planes, so
Could be distracted. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. Like, I mean, we're probably going to end up talking to him. We can find out what he's like. Make our decision.
I
Need to
wouldn't
get
want to
to
start
them
mess.
first. Need to get to the others first.
Well, we're not going to get it, standing here. Right?
Uh-oh.
We
Oh,
keep
no.
freezing.
Oh, the DM's
Yeah,
freezing again.
I'm about to say,
And back.
everyone else froze then.
Oh,
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't think we should be messing around with the mine until we either ask for permission or see what the plans are, or
We can at least tell them that they need
Correct.
to add more supports, and that, show them a little bit how to make it structurally sound. Tell them, it'll make them more efficient. Maybe then they'll do it.
We can try.
We should continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Retracing your steps, you go back to that first crossroad that you found. So
Okay,
now
so
you've got a choice of
left or right?
left or right.
anyone got a coin?
Yeah, we've all got coins.
We've all got coins, pal. Like, just flick one, I guess.
Toss a coin to your Santa.
Toss a coin to your Santa.
Hang on, I've got a
Yeah.
coin.
Right, heads is left, tails is right.
Yep.
Tails.
Right,
So-
Here we
right.
go.
Turning right, you walk 20 minutes. The tunnel here undulating, the floor uneven. Eventually you come to a T-junction.
Uh-oh.
You can go left or right. The minecart track continues to your right. Left appears to be an offshoot tunnel.
Should probably follow the tracks.
Casper.
That cat
Yes.
really wants to play
It's just-
D&D.
We should
I'll be
probably
right back.
follow
I'm going to
the,
go let him out.
Well, it's about 8:30. Do we want to take a break or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
that
take a
actually
quick
might be a
break,
good
guys.
idea. I need to keep
Okay,
Yeah.
We'll take a
drink
quick
anyway.
break and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. And we're back. So, you guys are stood at this T-junction in these dark and dismal mines. You can either turn left, which seems to be an offshoot tunnel where you assume some mining is happening, or you can turn right following the minecart tracks heading further down.
Now, we just flipped a coin, didn't we?
No,
And
you
it
flipped
said-
a coin
we
for the
flipped a coin to get
previous
to this
one.
point, and I think just before
Right,
we went
and
to
now we're
break, we said
down
we
another one.
probably best to follow the tracks because that should lead to people.
I'm a
was the
fan of
offshoot.
if we're turning,
Mhm.
stay the one you're turning in. So we've just gone right. Let's stay right,
Okay.
and then we can
All right.
right.
All right. So, turning right, you follow the minecart tracks and begin heading further along this tunnel. And eventually you do start to see in the distance small spots of light. As you start moving along, you see Aladrin like picking at the walls, and there's minecarts on the tracks that are being filled slowly with lumps of coal from the walls.
People. Good.
Finally.
Took a while.
You can
Uh,
see they're all like happily they're singing and humming to themselves as they mine, but they're all covered in soot and dirt, and you can see
I
like
am an
on their
elephant
brows.
digging.
diggy
I am
diggy
an
hole.
adrenaline hole.
Oh dear.
Digging hole.
Careful with that, that's copyright too.
Ah,
But it started out on YouTube.
yeah, I guess we'll walk. Should we tell them about the dangers of the mines, or do
Yeah,
we
I'm gonna try and find the guy that probably looks most like the foreman.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okie dokie. 16.
16. You sort of glance around. No one seems to be a foreman of any kind. But you can see that there are some people who look to be more experienced than others. Like you can see one young Aladrin who's just like hammering away at the rock with the pick and just hoping to find stuff, and then you see the ones who are actually like using the flat end of the pick, sounding out the rock, making the correct hits, finding the lumps of coal, getting them out carefully, actually mining rather than just hammering at the wall.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to one of the more experienced ones and just sort of like tap him on the back.
Turns around, sort of looks around for a second, then looks down. Oh, hello there, little one.
Hi. I don't know how to approach this, but kind of need to talk about the safety of this mine.
Oh, what about it?
Well, we may have figured out where some of your missing compadres have gone.
Hmm? Where's that then?
Further down the tunnel,
Uh,
an accident.
Oh, we know about that accident. That was some of the young ones tried to start their own tunnel and obviously didn't have quite the experience they needed, and there was a collapse.
I just think maybe if
right.
you reinforce
Okay.
the supports a little bit, you'd be more efficient. Then you could get more coal and be more
Oh,
helpful,
well,
right?
we'll do that if we want to expand that tunnel ever at any time, but for the moment, we don't need to. We've got this tunnel.
Can I have a look around at the supports in here and just
Yeah,
see
glancing at the supports
whether
in
it's
here, they're better spaced, better made, and yeah, everything looks better. You can tell this is maybe like one of the main tunnels. Obviously sees a lot more frequent use, so it's obviously much better maintained, much better operated.
yeah. I mean, I'm still basically I'm just going to explain to him more about sort of like while it seems better here than it did down there, just like the better spacing, the correct method of sort of like reinforcing the supports to increase stability.
Yeah, and he seems to be listening to you, but you can tell he's just sort of like you could tell he's like not really paying as much attention as he maybe should.
Yeah. I'm just going to waffle on at him until there's nothing left to say.
Yep.
And then like, right, where do you need me?
Okay. Eventually you finish and he goes, well, we'll we'll try and get some of that instilled into the young ones, but if they want to start a tunnel, there's not much we can do to stop them.
Could get a foreman.
Why would we do that?
Increase safety measures.
Be
Direction.
Like that, everyone comes down here of their own volition to mine coal to assist Klaus.
I guess you could say Klaus is your foreman then, right?
No, Klaus runs the workshop.
Does he not, like, come down and ask you for stuff or tell you to do things?
No. Obviously, we mine the coal to assist because that's what needs doing.
How do
Everyone
you know
does
it
their
needs
part.
doing?
Yeah, if
because
he's not
it's
asking.
well, it's needed for the cogworks and it's needed for Klaus. So
But how
We-
do you know?
we just know.
Did Klaus say this to somebody and pass the message on, or?
No, we just. You watch as a look of confusion crosses his face for a moment, and then he just sort of cheers back and goes, "We just know. It's fine."
I mean,
Has anybody
Um,
makes
ever?
sense.
Zandal, roll me an
Yeah.
Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hang on, I'm still waiting for it to come through.
I saw it on DnD Beyond. Oh, it was a
Natural
natural 20.
28.
Nat 28. Okay.
Well, natural 20 plus,
So,
plus 8. but yeah.
Zandal, it's not a spell I don't think you can cast, but you would probably
Yeah.
recognize the symptoms of someone who's had a modify memory spell cast on them.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much falling on deaf ears. Right. Well, we're going to help out a little bit. Whereabouts do we need to take any coal we find?
Oh, just dump any coal you find into the mine carts and they do the rest.
Oh, the mine carts move themselves?
Oh, yes. Once they're fully loaded, there's a mechanism or something that detects it, and the carts go to the cogworks.
Cool.
I see.
We should, let's go mine over there, Talia will say, like, and then be like, we should leave the minecarts.
That's what I'm thinking.
One last question: Has anybody just stopped? Has anybody just stopped mining and like stopped doing stuff?
Only the Grinch. He's always
Okay.
saying that we shouldn't be doing this and that Klaus is using us, but obviously that's wrong.
Oh, obviously, yeah. No, I agree.
The Grinch, was the Grinch a normal being?
Yeah, what's
Oh
his
yes,
deal?
he worked in the workshop with us when we worked there.
Did he have a name?
Not that I can remember.
Guess he's been the Grinch for a while then, if you can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, about would be 100 so years now.
Took me by surprise. It's cold down here.
Well,
It's
we've
interesting.
got some coal mining to do.
Yeah, let's go mine.
That's great.
Have a fantastic day.
You too. And he turns around and goes back to mining the wall.
Zandal,
I did not hear any of
The
that.
mic didn't pick that up.
oh, sorry, how do you mine? She whispered.
He's going to kind of like take them off to somewhere a bit more quieter, and he pretty much just
closer,
takes
there
the
we
pick and shows everyone how
I mean,
to mine.
Admittedly, Zandal, you haven't
Yeah.
ever mined before.
You know about metals and that,
You
Mark.
know
No.
about engineering and structural work, which is why
Yeah,
you know
he's
about
just
the-
kind of like guessing here from
Yeah.
watching like what the others have done.
I mean, you find the
Um,
coal, you hit it with a pick, and then it comes out the wall, right?
I think you kind of have to go behind the coal, maybe, rather than through the coal.
Well, let's find some coal first. I'm going
Yeah.
to cast True Sight and see if I can
Um,
see where the best
but
coal is.
I have. Are we in a sort of like more secluded area now?
you've moved to a section of like the tunnel that is less populated. Like you've gone further back up the way you'd come from.
Yeah.
You can see that this area has mostly been mined out. There's maybe still a few bits of coal there, and you get the feeling probably the coal replenishes itself. But they're currently mining further down because they're waiting for this section to refresh.
Okay.
But there is some here.
They grow coal.
I mean, that's
It's a
useful.
domain of delight.
Yeah.
The rules don't work the
He,
same.
as he's sort of like showing everyone how to mine, he quietly sort of like explains to everyone. I think all these people have had their minds modified magically,
I mean, that tracks.
Makes sense.
but on a scale this large, it's insane.
I mean, Archfey. Pretty powerful. Right?
I feel like Santa needs to go on the naughty list.
Santa.
Klaus.
I mean, he's obviously a very
Yeah,
powerful
Klaus,
individual,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
and we don't necessarily know that they had their minds wiped for a negative reason.
Yeah, I mean, like,
know-
you saw the cave in, maybe it's to protect them from feeling sad. A
Sandal,
Yeah,
kindness.
Sandal, make an
Yeah.
intelligence check.
Okay,
Straight
okay.
intelligence.
That one not so good. 11.
That's enough. It was a DC 10. It's not high, and it would be something Xander would probably eventually get to anyway. You sort of put 2 and 2 together. Every Eladrin you've met has said they used to work in Klaus's workshop,
Yeah.
but none of them can tell you how to get there. But they must have had to go there before. There must have been a path for them to get from Snowflake Town to the workshop. What you think has been modified out of their memory is how to
It's
get
the
to the
location.
workshop. The
Yeah, but-
location
Yeah.
and the location of any tunnel or path that would have got to the workshop.
Yeah, I explained this.
I mean, the mine carts go to the workshop, right? We could just ride in one of the carts. We just fill it up. Get in.
I mean, we could fill it up with ourselves.
Oh, what? Like fuel it? Maybe it's like a weight thing?
If it's a weight thing and we all get in, maybe it thinks it's full.
And the minecarts
That's where
go
I
to
was
the
going.
Cogworks, not the workshop.
Oh.
Yes,
I know,
but doesn't
but
the
the
cog
mine
work go to the workshop?
Yes,
Which is
through the chains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll ride the mine carts to the cobwebs.
that's where I was going. That's why
and then
I
ride the chain
went to the coal.
up to
Yeah.
the workshop.
So
The
Yeah.
plan.
that was the plan.
We should probably mine
Yeah.
some coal though, just in case.
What do you think of the plan, Blossom?
Well, I'm thinking surely if this so-called Grinch is not doing what everyone else is doing, he might know something more.
Oh, maybe.
Might be a reason he's not like the rest.
Thankfully, we
Maybe.
should be able to find our way back. Shall we go pay him a visit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe he hasn't had his memory wiped.
maybe. But what if
Let's go.
what if us going to talk to him makes us all green? I just got my normal coloring back.
Quite frankly, I'm surprised I'm not already. I think I'm
Maybe
doing
you're
well.
happier than you think you are, Vienna. I mean,
Or I'm just remaining neutral.
I'm also surprised that isn't like eating marshmallow.
Rocks.
this is
Yeah.
where you just turn around and
Rocks,
her face is
because-
just like,
Does look a bit upset there's no snow down here.
But couldn't
What's
see the
going-
marshmallows, could she?
She did.
Could
did
in the
eventually
end.
Oh,
get to be
yeah.
able to
She
see
could in the end.
marshmallows.
So what
It's
are we
just
doing?
Sorry,
the
Discord
we-
was being a
are
pain
we-
for me.
Are we mining and then getting in the cart to go to the cog shop and then riding the chain, or are we going out of the
I
mine to
think
go
we
and see
need
the
to talk to the
Grinch?
I think we need to talk to the Grinch first.
Yeah.
Talk to the Grinch, get information, come back down here, get in carts.
So, head back the way we came out of the mines, then I guess.
Okay. Turning around and retracing your steps back. It takes you about an hour to get back out of the mines, and coming out you see it's by this point it's probably mid-morning, just coming up towards midday. You don't see any other Eladrin leaving the mines though. You appear to have been the first ones to have left after everyone's gone in. Are you depositing your pickaxes and helmets?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
should we do a little bit? Because it looks like we've just wandered in and gone,
Yeah.
had a little chat, and then buggered off
Do
again.
half an hour to an hour's worth of mining, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Okay, so
We'll
you
fill-
do
we'll
half
fill-
an
we'll
hour's
fill up a
worth of
minecart
mining.
and then
Each of
That's-
you roll me a d20. Let's see how much coal each of you mines.
I was just sat there thinking it's that typical turning up to a party just to make
11.
an appearance and
12, 11, 10.
5.
Okay.
that tracks so far.
Clearly not my expertise.
That's a man's job, right?
Yeah.
do you want me to roll another one for
I would say, it depends. Do you think would actually mine coal?
I think she'd give it, if she saw us all
She'd
doing
give
it,
it a
she'd
go.
probably
She'd give it a go.
Yeah, go ahead, roll a d20 then.
more than Val.
Yeah.
So, Vienna, though you live underground,
Blossom not mining.
you're not
Oh,
Not
like
mine
mining.
as well.
well.
Sorry,
For one
sorry.
thing, Drow don't use coal. It's just
No.
not something you do.
In
Most
fact,
of-
if anything, it's probably, I can't remember what the race called, but the Dark Dwarves probably do that.
The
Yeah,
more than
Dwarves.
we
Duergar
do.
or Dwegar,
Yeah.
depending on how you want to
That's
yeah.
one.
pronounce it.
yeah, most of what Drow do is more like mushroom cultivation and using things like zerkwood mushrooms as fuel and that sort of thing.
spiders. No.
Yeah, it's not really your sort of thing, but you give it your best shot. Val, your wings end up getting in the way a lot. You're trying, but you go to swing the pick back and it whacks into your wing joint and you go. But you try. Blossom, you are the most successful. Like you just apply
Yeah,
bits
apparently.
of like your
Me and Blossom are just like, yeah.
yeah. You apply bits of
Dig
like
a
your blood
hole.
hunter training of like you've got to find the correct weak point to strike, and you sort of go, well, that's just the same thing here. I've just got to find the weak point in the rock. Chunk. Oh look, a chunk of coal.
I'm just like guidance on myself. Strike.
Yeah.
Guidance. Strike.
And Xandal, you do okay. Matches you, but more through enthusiasm than actual technique.
That sounds about right.
But you managed to fill up between you about maybe half a minecart before it's before you go to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good enough.
But yes, you eventually come out of the mine a bit soot stained and a little sweaty, but you come out into the crisp, cold winter air. Those of you who are affected more by the snow feeling that blizzard effect beginning to settle in, and those of you who are seeing marshmallows probably grabbing a handful and stuffing them in your mouth.
What's it like to walk on marshmallows?
Once
Squishy.
it lands and settles, it turns back into snow.
Right.
Only whilst it's falling, it's a marshmallow. And Xandal, you suddenly realise something. Normally, like you have to like speed walk to keep up with these guys. You're actually moving faster than them.
Are you okay?
You've gained 10 feet movement speed whilst in ice and snow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. How
That,
come?
that was the same part as the candy cane, but at that time you were not in anywhere. But yeah, the snow is not like dragging at your feet, it seems to solidify under your feet, and ice is not slippery under your boots at all.
I got the
I think-
I got the Frostwalker boots.
I think Val, knowing that he's like trudging through this snow, is just gonna fly.
Yeah, and as you take off, the wind picks up even harder.
Fair enough.
Probably too windy to fly, though. You might get blown away. Wouldn't want that.
Oh,
Oh, is it a doggo? Or is that Catherine?
No, it's a Catherine.
Oh. was gonna say, I don't know. Can I get up the stairs?
I blew you the kiss, and they were asking whether it was you or a doggo I was blowing a kiss at.
I'm not calling her a dog.
Yeah.
I love you, Catherine. That's not what I
No,
meant.
she admitted that's fair enough. No, the dog's
I am
like
in
it.
no way. I am in no way insulting your fiance.
No. Hang on, naughty.
No.
Back to being a Grinch.
No.
Okay. So we're now going to follow that junkyard trail.
Okay. So heading back to the town and diverting onto that other track, you begin trudging up this muddy, snowy path, and it begins climbing up into the mountains. And you can see it's going to be a long climb. But you trudge ever onwards, moving further and further up, and you can see as you get further and further up, more and more piles of garbage and trash beginning to build up around you. At first, it's just the odd, like, dumped amount that looks like it's dropped off a cart. Then you see actual piles of the stuff, and then you round a bend into what looks like a ravine. And this ravine is just full of trash and garbage. And you see that at the top, it goes up to a peak at the top. And you can see just barely what looks like lights at the top of it. There is one clearly defined path that leads into this mound of trash and garbage.
Huh. I wonder where this comes from.
I mean, they said they dumped everything that was rubbish up here, so I guess from the town.
Yes. But what rubbish do they have?
Well, I mean, don't you get like left like the rocks that they don't need? They're mining coal, right? Not rocks. They probably don't need those, and food waste and.
Can I look to see what trash there is?
What's actually in the
You gotta,
trash?
like,
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
through the trash, and you find there is food waste. There is what looks like spent candles and broken lanterns. There is what looks like that vehicle that Xandal saw. There's like broken bits of some of them. There is what looks like small toys. There is remains of like refuse and clothing. It's just anything that the town doesn't want or need anymore is just brought up here and dumped. And it looks like it's been being dumped up here for probably 100 years.
A lot of rubbish. Nobody's saying anything. Are we frozen?
No,
Okay.
we're
just
thinking.
contemplating. Okay, cool. You had me worried for a sec there. I was just like, have we frozen again?
We're thinking and pondering and thinking some more.
Yes. That.
I was waiting for someone to finish that with a rhyme.
I was hoping someone would.
Yeah,
I am not
quick
a,
enough.
I'm not a rhyme. I'm not good at rhyming.
Connoisseur.
Oh,
What we do next, I'm not entirely sure.
no.
This has nothing to do but go knock on the Grinch's door.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's.
hope his intentions are pure.
So
Oh,
let's
dear.
go over there so we don't freeze some more, right?
Yeah, let's go. I'll
Okay.
break it.
All right. You start heading across this small clearing towards the beginning of this tunnel. And Vienna, as you take a step, you feel something under your foot
Ooh.
click as you step on what appears to be a pressure pad. And you
We
watch
didn't
as
check for traps.
you feel as something springs up from the trash in front of you and stops wobbling in front of your face. And there is a crudely made sign written on it, "Go away!"
She grabs a sign and pulls it off.
Yep, easily breaks. You can see it's made out of like junk wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had similar invites for down in Naveen. throws it to one side and just carries on.
Okay.
We
And as
should
you all
probably
walk-
check for traps now, though.
Yeah.
I'll check for traps. I'll look around. Is there
Okay.
any traps?
Go ahead, roll an investigation check.
21.
21. This whole clearing is covered in pressure plates, and they're all linked to
Wow.
different signs.
Oh, okay. It's trapped, but it's just signs. Like, who does? These are the worst traps I've ever seen. I mean, it's a good thing because they're not going to kill us, but yeah, they're everywhere. We've probably got to set
The
up
other
hundreds.
thing you do notice is there is a small wire that goes off into the junkyard from these pressure plates as well.
There's a wire here. Maybe if we follow this, it'll take us to the bridge.
It goes into a trash heap. It like literally goes into a trash
Oh.
heap. It vanishes.
Goes
The
into a
only
trash
thing
heap
you
over
could
there.
think-
Should we dig it up?
The only thing you can think is this might be an alarm.
Mm.
Oh,
Like-
actually.
Like not only do these signs pop up to try and make you turn back, but maybe the inhabitant now knows someone's at his front door.
I think he knows
Alright.
we're here. I'll point out where all the traps are, but try to avoid those. It doesn't really matter.
Probably
It's
linked
not
to a
going to
bunch
kill
of
us if we do.
bells so that he knows
Yeah.
what's going on.
Why
Let's
don't
keep
we
going.
just ring the bells?
I
We're
don't
trying
think
to
he's-
get his attention.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to come and get us, right? What do you want to do? Set off a few traps, see what happens? I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, Trashy, who knows what's lurking out there?
I mean, if we grab the wire and just like
Jingle it.
jingle the wire,
I don't know if that's such a good idea, but you volunteered. Maybe don't make that hand
The wire
movement
a
on
few
camera.
times.
Yeah.
Pull on the wire.
I don't know if that's much
Is that
better, but
better?
okay. I don't know.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Let's just keep going up the mountain. I'm sure he
Yeah.
knows we're here. He'll find us.
As you go along, you see a few of the other signs. Some of them saying things like, "Trespassers will be prosecuted," "Warning, quarantine zone," "Turn back now, all ye who enter here," "Only dirt beyond this point."
Turn
like
back! Turn back! This is not the way. Sorry, it just reminds me of the false alarms from Labyrinth.
But you step
I'm just doing my job.
into this tunnel through the trash and begin moving along it, and it's like a ravine through the trash. You can see the sky above you, but there is like teetering piles of garbage on either side of you, and though it's not too bad, the smell is not pleasant. It is
Oh.
there is obviously rotting food and possibly chemical waste in here. Occasionally you'll see a patch of what looks like it might be oil leaking out of one of the heaps as you trudge your way through, and the snow is still constantly falling.
I know I complained earlier, but I definitely prefer the town to this.
I'm going to stop breathing for a while because this is unpleasant. The advantages of being dead. And then I'll just stop breathing. I'll stop playing that I'm alive for a bit.
Okay. After about a 20-minute trudge through garbage and trash, you eventually come to the edge of a clearing. And you hear it before you see it. You just hear the ticking and clicking of clockwork, the clapping of cymbals, the yipping of what sounds like puppies, and just the clicking and winding of clockwork. As you glance into this clearing, you can see it is not the largest of clearings, maybe sort of 40 foot in diameter. You can see another passageway across the other side, but all over this clearing, moving randomly all over, are small wind-up toys. They're just moving randomly around the clearing. Some of them are dirt sodden, some of them have got parts missing, but they are all functional and moving.
Weird.
I mean, does it look like somebody's making these clockwork toys out of the rubbish, or does it look like it's just clockwork toys that have been thrown away and like somebody's fixed them?
It looks like they're ones that have been thrown away because they were broken, and someone has either repaired them or bodged them.
Okay.
Can I cast
no.
mending on some of them?
Yeah, you cast mending on some of them, and you see some of the like smaller gashes and breaks fix up. Isn't mending touch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As you go to touch the first toy, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okie dokie.
You lose your finger in one of the symbols.
Oh god. Ow! Oh, you
Well, that's
joking?
better than that one. That's better than that one I initially rolled.
We only got one
Okay,
roll through on
Admiral.
the chat.
He would have got +3 if he's within 10 foot of me as well.
Yeah, still not enough.
Also, was that
Yeah.
strength or was it meant to be dex?
Oh, it's meant to be dex, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
I was gonna say that was a strength save. What did you roll that for?
That's
That's
even
even
worse.
worse.
Even as you touch the toy, you instinctively feel as all the hair on your body stands on end, and you go to pull away, but the toy discharges, and you take 5 lightning damage as it shocks you.
Oh dear.
Vienna will
Shocking.
basically kind of call out like,
Careful.
anyone actually here?
Hello.
Nope.
No response.
Can I have a look around just to see whether there is perhaps signs of someone being nearby?
Yeah, head roll an investigation check
Investigation.
with all your hair standing on end.
Yeah.
You look like a mad scientist.
22.
Randall.
22. You glance around, and the first thing you realize is all of these toys need activating. They all require winding or activating of some kind. They've all got switches or buttons. So someone has come down here and activated them. And then the other thing you see is there is what looks like footprints on the other side and around the clearing that are fairly fresh. You get the feeling when you triggered the alarm, someone came down here and set this up.
Someone's activated all these. His hair might be stuck up as much as mine. And there's footprints going over there.
I'm not going to do what I thought about because that could go wrong.
Intrusive thoughts. Do it.
Did
Do
you
it.
follow the footprints?
I was going to thunderclap and just like knock all the toys out the way.
Wait. I could do thermatage. Make what sound do you think would get his attention?
I was just going to do it to get rid of all the toys from our path because I thought if we're going to try and walk through it and Xandal's just been zapped.
Oh, in case we don't get zapped.
Yeah.
Hurt.
If
But
there's a lot of
Wait.
them.
Mountain snow. We don't want to cause an avalanche.
No. That's why
I don't want to be buried in rubbish. Snow is bad enough.
Plus,
Rubbish is
everything
stinky.
back there's teetering already.
Yeah,
That's a lot heavier than snow.
Yeah.
Xandal, at this point, make me another dex save. As you've been stood out amongst the toys, one has walked up towards your leg. These things move at random, but you are still stood in the middle of the clearing. The others are still at the tunnel entrance.
10.
Nope. You take another 3 lightning damage as it discharges into your leg.
Xandal, get away from that thing, you idiot!
Are the ones that he's touching being disabled after they've discharged, or do they
Nope,
keep going?
they discharge and then continue moving.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk towards where the footprints are.
Okay.
Let's follow the footprints.
Go ahead and make me 2 dex saves. That's how long it
Okie
takes
dokie.
you to get across the clearing.
That one's better. 17
Yep. And
and
next one,
16.
16. So now watching, you sort of quickly figure out a pattern and you start dodging and ducking between them, and you manage to get across the clearing without being touched by another of the toys. You're now stood on the other end, looking down another tunnel through the trash.
Hello?
No response. You can see the tunnel continues further down.
Not even an echo.
Yeah, no, trash doesn't really provide echoes.
Hmm.
Are you guys coming?
Is there an easy way around or just straight through?
I mean, it's up to you.
Is-
If you want to try and think of a clever way through this, you can, but
Is double resistance a
I think
thing?
I'm probably fast enough to get
No.
through anyway.
No,
Double
you
resistance is
you'd just
not.
be immune. You're resistant, which is half, or you're immune.
Because obviously I'm resistant to lightning anyway, but the gauntlet or the shield also makes me resistant to lightning. So I didn't know whether there was
No,
like
you
a
just
compound
you just
thing.
get the single resistance.
It doesn't
Val
stack,
just-
sadly.
Val attempts to like hold the shield up and like sweep some of the toys away, forgetting that it's like a non-corporeal shield.
Your hand slams into one of the toys, and you take would be 5 lightning damage reduced to 2.
Okay. Do I hear a giggle?
You do not at this point.
Okay.
I'm literally looking through anything I have.
I mean, two of
well-
you can fly.
Yeah,
Through.
Yeah. Following this,
I
I'll
would
probably.
suggest. Surely there's bits of scrap wood around as well.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
could
plenty of
put-
scrap and
I
stuff
could
in the
portal
walls.
people.
oh yeah.
Well, we
that's
can
true.
just pick up some wood and bat the toys away if they get close. Or,
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
we could just
Talia
avoid
can.
them. They're not that
I-
fast, right?
Yeah, you and I can avoid them pretty easily. Those two can fly.
Yeah.
I say we just
Wait,
go
what about
across
Xandor?
then.
Oh yeah, Xandor's
Xandor's already
Xandor's
across.
already
He
on
just
the
took
other
the
side.
cabin.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go then.
yeah.
Let's go.
Just clambers onto
Oh, no, yeah.
Val's back.
Well, let's show them how it's done, Blossom.
Okay.
Okay, so Talia and Blossom, 2 dex saving throws, please.
That I do have advantage on. My God.
Okay, not too great on the first, but
27.
Okay, but the first you would still be within range of Val and get the +3. So
Oh,
that
sorry,
is
even
good
more
enough.
than.
So both of you, again, you just blitz your way across this clearing, ducking and diving around the toys, and quickly get to the other side, watching as both Vienna, Val, and Ert, perching on Val's back, just fly just above these toys and land on the other side with you.
More rubbish.
I don't think we're going to find anything else other than rubbish around here.
Continuing onwards, after about a 10-minute walk, you come to a crossroads. There is a tunnel, like, leading off to the left and one to the right, but dead ahead of you, there is a giant pair of symbols blocking the path. And as you sort of look up, this is a giant version of those toys you saw back in the clearing, of a monkey with symbols for hands, but the symbols are pressed closed and blocking the path.
Well, if that isn't an entrance, I don't know what is.
Maybe it needs to be powered.
Maybe. How would
possibly.
we power
But
it?
I'm not just gonna make it.
I could just to like my mouth and
Does it have a key in the back of it or something?
That would be
You
behind it.
Cannot.
We'll
Yeah,
be able to
the
get to
monkey
it.
is facing you, so
Mm.
you cannot see.
I could lightning it.
Well, you could try that, and if you can't, I'll use my eyes, see if I can't see something.
Okay. Just cone, one charge.
Okay. Do you blast out the lightning breath, and it hits this monkey? You watch as the fur on it gets a little charred, symbols are crackling a little, but otherwise doesn't move.
perhaps this needs a little bit more finesse. And she'll cast True Sight, see if she can see what makes this thing work. Hopefully.
Okay. Go
And
ahead
hopefully
and
doesn't
roll
see anything
perception
hiding. Perception, yeah?
Yep.
Natural 20 for a 29.
29. So, you see leading away from this monkey through the trash heaps, you can just about make out what look like runes
Ooh, runes.
that lead in both directions down the side paths. One
Runes
going
leading
one
that way,
one
runes
going
leading
that
that way. Maybe we should... Oh no, splitting the party is never a good idea, but maybe some people should go left, some people should go right, and
Can
find
you
whatever.
describe
yeah.
what the runes are?
I'll describe what the runes look like. Xandal, you ever seen the runes like this before? And she'll start describing like how they look, and she'll draw them in the snow. This is
Yep.
what the runes look like
So-
on the leading left. This is the runes
Xandal,
what they look like on
you
the
would
right.
recognize these easily enough. They're the same sort of ones you make as they're basically ignition runes.
Yeah.
It's obviously like a button or a lever somewhere down these side paths that would activate and deactivate this monkey.
Yeah. We need to find where these runes are connected to, because that's what's going to activate the monkey.
Talia,
Yeah, what else do I see?
with a natural 20 true sight perception, you happen to glance up at the sky and you see something shocking.
What the...
You're used to seeing the strings of fate.
Hmm.
You see hundreds and thousands of strands of glowing lines shooting through the sky here.
Oh, shit.
And as you sort of look at them and sort of focus on them, you feel childish joy, laughter, belief. and a
Wow.
agreement.
The occasional sense of naughtiness as someone's raiding Daddy's drinks cabinet.
I
But
think
this is,
I can see
this is
where
only
he
through-
gets his power from.
but you suddenly realise you're only seeing a small portion of the sky, and
Dude,
you can see
this-
that many.
We really don't want to piss this guy off. You would not believe how much fate this guy has, if that makes sense.
What, this guy,
Everyone
or-
has a thread that leads to your future, and threads that lead behind. It's hard to explain because you can't see them like I can, but there's thousands up there, and that's just a portion of it, all connected to this place. That's
What, this place? Or
millions of people's fates intertwined with this place. Like, the amount of belief he must have right now.
As in,
This guy's
where we're
practically a
not-
god.
now?
Not the
Or
junkyard.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not us. Like, but yeah,
Would they
it's,
be leading to the shard?
They
They
don't
look like-
they're leading anywhere.
They're
Right.
just in the
they just look
atmosphere.
like they're basically like as infinite as the stars. I'm going to stop looking because it's going to give me a headache. That is a lot to take in. Let's just... Who's going to go left? Who's going to go right? We need to activate this monkey. I
I'll go
suggest
left.
having a healer on either side. I feel like I can heal a little bit now. Don't ask me how. It's just something I picked up.
Or we can always split me and as well. So
Yeah, because you got lay in hands. Yeah. Okay, so Earth, you go team
Yeah.
left. Val, you go team right. Who's going to go with Val? Who's going to go with Earth? I will
You wanna
volunteer
pick
to go
teams?
with Earth because I need to look after her.
I'll go with
Uh,
Val.
I'll go with Val then.
So Xandal, you're with us.
Yeah, I'll
So
go
me,
with
Earth, and Xandal will go left.
I
Now,
thought
Lysian,
Xander was going to go.
Vienna,
I'll go with Val
and
as
Blossom
well.
will
and
go
then just,
right.
Like,
just leave me and Earth by ourselves. Yeah. Okay.
So, turning and separating in those groups, you start heading down these side passageways. We're going to do group right first. So that is Val, Blossom,
and Vienna.
Okay. So you guys head off down this crossroad chute, making your way, picking through the trash and the garbage, until eventually you come to another small clearing. And you see a murky pool of ice-covered water ahead of you, and just on the opposite side of it, sticking out of the wall of trash, a lever.
Uh-oh.
Just underneath the liquid, underneath the ice.
Huh. Well, I'm a knight of ice, not lava. How
Wait.
are we going to get under there?
Wait,
well, I mean,
lava?
I did pick
As
up.
in, it's under ice. I can't melt it, basically.
I did pick up a bunch of oil and kindling, and
The ice
we could
itself
just.
doesn't look thick. It looks like
Okay.
it's breakable.
Oh, okay.
Punchy, punchy.
Yeah.
Can I?
Be my guest.
Before I go onto the ice, can I have a look around just to see if there's any creatures or anything abnormal? I've got my light band up at the moment, just so that I can get a better look at
Yep.
things.
Go ahead, make a perception check.
Perception. 23.
23, glancing around, doesn't seem to be any signs of creatures or people or anything like that. There is just this ice and the lever.
Is
Okay,
the
well,
lever actually... Does it look like it's underwater rather than ice?
It is just underneath the ice, so it is in water.
Hmm.
It's a murky, like you can see there is like what looks like murky water under the ice, but the ice has formed just this thin layer across the top.
Okay. If
How-
your plan
how
doesn't
big
work,
was
I
this-
might have a backup plan.
How big was the pool of water? Is it just a puddle or a?
It's about 20 feet in diameter. Not massive.
And how deep?
You aren't sure.
Right.
Just because of Vienna's lack of trusting nature, she's going to look around in case that's a fake.
Mm.
She's going to look around just in case there's something else
Yep.
that might look like a liver.
Go ahead, roll investigation.
15?
15. Sort of glancing around the walls near you and around. No other things that could be a lever.
Is there any
Well.
way to follow the runes without true sight?
Not without digging into the trash piles.
I mean, I'll see what I can find.
Go ahead, roll investigation or perception, your choice.
Oh, yeah. We've got the advantage I've got true sight on still, Aaron.
13 on investigate.
13. Looking around, you eventually find a couple of scraps of what look like might be the runes, and they do look like they lead in the direction of this lever.
Sure.
Go ahead, Val.
well, as the kids say, Ulo, one only lives once. Yeah.
Is that what we're saying this world has? Is Ulo, not YOLO? Okay.
Yeah. Goes over the ice. And I'm gonna.
Walking or flying?
I'm flying.
Yep.
And then attempting to unarmed strike the ice
Yeah.
to break the ice.
Okay, you smash the ice, and you suddenly realize it's a good thing you were flying because that was very easy to break. It looked thicker than it was. You get the feeling if anyone had stepped foot on this, it would have broken.
Cool.
However, I now need you to make a con save for me.
Yeah, figured. 12.
12. As you break the ice, the stink erupts from this uncovered pool, and it is horrible. It is absolutely disgusting.
Fiona will call to Val as like, Val, I kind of have a bit of a backup plan if you want to hear me out.
I've already broken through the ice.
By the way, Blossom and Fiona, you both need to make me con saves as well as you're in the clearing.
It's stinking.
13?
Fail.
Oh.
All of you fail, so you are all currently, whilst in this clearing, at disadvantage on all checks because
Right.
it is that rank. We're talking think vomit fruit blended together with like like rancid fish guts mixed with like gone off lemon juice.
Think
levels.
like tree field. The leaves have fallen. They've got trapped in the mud. It's been raining for days, and then
Yeah.
it's all cracked, and that smell comes up because that's something I remember from working in a tree nursery.
Yeah.
It is the worst
I'm-
smell you've ever smelled.
I'm just remembering the smell from about a week ago where I tried to cook mince that I didn't realise had gone off,
Oh,
and the smell that had come off that just like
Yep. Yep, probably about
stuck
Yeah.
to everything.
So yeah, Vienna
Ugh.
kind of shouts to Valor's like, before you cover yourself in whatever this is, I do have mage hand.
Okay.
So
At the same time, are the other group still within range for our rings?
they would. That's 80 feet. They would be just out of range.
Okay.
and the person who has messages with us.
yes.
We did think that through, did we?
Yeah.
I will fly back now that I've smashed the ice.
Yep.
Um.
The stink seems to follow you. It's almost like it's sentient.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and use mage hand to pull the lever.
Okay. You create your mage hand, and it dips under the water. And it's not often that you see something like this, but the mage hand does manage to grip and pull the lever, but you can see the pool seeming to eat away at the mage hand. Whatever this pool is, it is probably extremely hazardous to one's health.
Yes.
Yeah, either the Grinch is a bit beyond saving, or that's not for this.
But yes, you pull the lever and you hear from back behind you at the crossroads, clang, 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 clang,
Ah,
clang. The
shit.
monkey has started.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we not need to pull all of it?
Moving to the other
Oh.
group.
I think you
I
might.
I
have
think
to
this
then
is happening
stop it.
simultaneously, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving to the other group.
Yeah.
Just as you reach your clearing, your pathway was a little longer. You hear the monkey begin to clap.
Oh.
But you come to the end of a crossroads to a roughly. It's like a room. Like there is actual almost like a rectangular shape to this area, but there isn't a roof to it. And you can see lots of twisted bits of metal and junk, and they seem to have been made into what look like they might be machines, but they're currently not moving, turned off. And you can see from where you are stood at the entrance, there are 3 visible levers.
Oh, great. It had to be 3. Wait, I've
One-
got true sight. Which one looks like it leads to the monkey?
All 3 have runes going to them. You would have to spend some time and actually move into the clearing and move around to figure out what trail leads where. There is a red lever, a green lever, and a black lever.
Randall, any ideas? Do you think we have to pull them at the same time, or we should have a look around?
With your magic sight, is there any deviation in the runes?
Is there?
If you want to make an investigation check and head into the clearing, then try and
Yes, I
figure it out.
guess. We've got no choice but to go in there. I don't see anything waiting and lurking and hidden, do I?
Not from where you're stood.
Can I creep closer but not quite in the clearing? I just want to see if there's anything
Okay,
hiding and
if you-
waiting to bounce on us first.
If you do, the DC will be higher.
That's fine.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
23?
23, glancing in. You can't quite be certain. You can see that the main set of runes leading into this clearing goes to what looks like almost like a nexus point.
Hmm.
and then there are multiple jumbles of runes, and they lead in various directions. It's obviously made to misdirect people.
I'll basically describe what I can see to Xandal. Be like, yeah, I don't think the Rosight's really going to help in this situation, but that's what I see.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna carefully move in and just try and maybe look to see if a lever's been more worn than the other.
Okay. Go
And
ahead
I will touch his
roll-
shoulder and cast guidance. I'll be like,
ahead
let me
and
just
roll
tweak those threads a
investigation.
little.
Investigation.
You get a d4.
Okay.
Don't think you need it though, but you got a d4 on top of that.
28.
And you roll natural 20 plus a 4. Let's
28.
go.
So, glancing
Let's
at
go.
them, at first glance, they all look pretty much identical. And then you suddenly realise that's because one of them's been given. You only just managed to catch it, and it's only because there is a single drop under it. The black one's recently been given a fresh coat of paint to make it look like the others.
I think I found it. And he flicks the lever.
As you pull the
Couldn't you
black
check it for
lever,
traps first?
as you pull the
Never mind.
black lever, Talia, you see the runes leading back the way you had come flare, and you hear the monkey stop.
Well, whatever you did worked, but I don't know if it's going to have opened the way. How soon after a clap was it?
After what?
After a clap, because we heard the monkey thing banging. Was it straight after one or quite a time?
Shortly after one.
Well, let's go see. I don't know. I mean, obviously we want it to be open, and if it's after a clap, then it'll be closed. It might be a little bit open. I don't know. Let's go see how the others did. And then we can time it.
Okay. All of you head back along your various paths, meeting back up at the crossroads. And for Talia, and Xandal, you smell them before you see them.
I don't smell them because I stopped breathing a while back because of the
Yeah,
smell.
Okay. Xandal and you smell them before you see them.
Don't
You
ask.
guys okay?
The stench seems to be clinging to them.
Yeah. Anyone got any perfume?
Does anyone know prestidigitation?
Actually, so do I. I do have prestidigitation.
Oh, there you go.
With a quick round of prestidigitation, the smell is banished, and you
Yeah.
turn and see that the monkey's hands are now paused, open,
Ah,
leading the way forward.
we timed that well.
Time it
Oh,
a
looks like
bit
you guys
more.
looked in though.
Yeah, I mean, I've got eyes, so I could just see, and then Xandal being so smart, we figured it out.
Maybe we
We went
should've
through poop
made-
water.
Yeah.
Ooh, water. I'm glad I'm not breathing right now. Do you smell? Did they smell? Xandal, did they smell?
Not anymore.
Oh, that's good. Shall we? And she'll gesture
Continue.
towards this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, moving through the monkey's hands, you move along another long ravine, slowly beginning to climb upwards. And after about 20 minutes, you come to a larger clearing. And looking into it, you see there is what looks like a large number of phonograph speakers in the clearing. And you hear as a voice comes through, "Go away! You're not welcome!"
Vienna
just
shouts
wanna
back,
talk.
I don't care.
But those are just at the entrance to this clearing. And across the clearing you can see there is another pathway that leads upwards and looks like it leads directly to that light that you saw at the top of the mountain.
Okay.
The other thing you see here is what looks like there's a fallen pillar, along with a large number of what look like barriers and barricades that have been made out of random bits of trash.
Just fight our way through.
Okay. So, heading in and beginning to make your way through. As you reach the center of the clearing, you feel something give.
Oh
She'll check
shit.
for traps.
You watch as that
Nobody has
random,
to remind the
what looked
rogue to
like
check for traps.
what looked like a random fallen pillar, Xandal, as you look at it, you realize, oh wait, that's a trebuchet arm. As the net underneath
Uh-oh.
all of your feet whips up as the trebuchet flings, and you are gathered up in the net and flung down the mountain.
Ah,
Again.
Hurtle and roll and clash together through the air until eventually you flump into a snowdrift at the bottom of the garbage heap, and you all take you all take 11 bludgeoning damage as you fall into this snowdrift.
I take 22.
You do, because you are.
Uh-oh.
Oh
vulnerable.
no.
Was that your thing, was it?
I
Sorry, I
think
got
that's what I left it at last time. So
I got distracted. What did we take?
11
11.
points of bludgeoning damage.
11. Awesome.
As the net you are in slams into a snowdrift at the bottom of the garbage dump. And
Blossom.
as you fight
Yeah.
you,
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was about to say, as you fight your way out of the net and the snow, you see a sign right in front of where you're stood saying, "Don't come back."
Tali just firebolts the sign.
That sign's not going
Uh,
to stop me because I can't read.
That should give us some warmth.
Do you want to get back up before he closes that monkey?
We should hurry
yeah,
up. We should hurry up. Let's run
Good.
back
I
up
cast
and...
haste on Blossom.
Oh
Talia,
god! Blossom will just be like...
Talia, as you firebolt that sign, your skin and hair begins turning green again.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Blossom
cast-
just
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do Klaus a favour. Was his name again Klaus? Is it Klaus?
Klaus, yeah.
Klaus, I do him a favour and he still makes me go green.
Okay, so Blossom is hasted. I'm assuming
Right,
you're
so
using feline
we completely
agility.
lost Blossom. She's just gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
I'll try and catch him before he can reset anything.
with my hasted movement as well, my plus 10 feet on the snow and ice, I'm gonna
Yep.
try and move up as well.
Yep. So
I'm
those
gonna
two.
cast haste on
Xandal
myself
just
as well.
Naruto run after
Yeah.
Blossom.
Yep. So Valdizian, Blossom, and Xandal just blur out of existence. And
I'm
vanish.
pretty dexterous. I'm gonna fucking go for it as well.
Yep. Turns to you, Vienna.
Yeah, they're just sat there like,
I got advantage on acrobatics as well. I'm gonna parkour my way up there.
Shall we just walk?
Yeah, we'll catch up with him.
Okay.
me and just like, okay.
I imagine
Uh,
it'll be
actually-
Blossom first, followed by Xandal, and then Talia behind,
it'll
and
be
then the rest.
Blossom, then Val, then me.
Then, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then me after Xandal, then.
You blitz through the first clearing, managing to keep clear of any of the wind-up toys, your speed managing to evade them easily. Getting to the monkey, you manage to get through it. It's still open. And as you get to the clearing, as you go through, you hear a voice on the phonograph going, "Wait, what? What? No, you're not supposed to be back yet!"
Yeah,
As
thought
you
I'd catch you off guard.
I kind of fly past like this.
You get the
You
feeling he can't
better be
see you.
fucking green as well, flying in the bird, you asshole.
I
yeah.
make it to the top line.
At that point, Val, you do start turning green.
I was saying, you don't get to
Oh, I
freaking
gained
make.
more points back than that.
You don't
You
get
had
to turn
what
me
you
green for
gave
setting
to.
fire to a sign if he flies the bird. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the entrance.
Rebels
just
with a
making it.
cause.
But yeah, you
Oh.
guys make it back to that clearing you had been flung from, now easily being able to see the trebuchet arm fully up, not yet reset. Most of the barriers and things have been thrown aside by the net launching, but you are now there, and it takes about 10 minutes for Ert and Vienna to join you. but
Cool.
you can continue up, and as you do so, moving further and further upwards and getting closer and closer to this source of light, you eventually come to the top of the mountain and see a cave. And just inside it, a small door with a doormat and a doggy door, as well as a bell pull.
I'll ring the bell.
Check for traps.
Careful.
I will check for traps first.
You go ahead, roll investigation.
22.
22. Looks just like a bell pull.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah.
a bell pull. I think he's fine.
As you pull it, you hear from within the cave, like, the jingling of a bell and the stomping of feet. And eventually the door opens. There's no one there, but it's quite obviously allowing you entrance.
We walk in.
Oh, Mr.
Walk
Grumpy Pants.
To a cold and damp cave covered in slime, moss, and fungus. But it's got things like you can see, like, it's a single cave, but there's like a kitchen in one corner, there's a bed behind a screen in another. There's lots of appliances made from junk. You can see what look like blenders. There's what looks like it might be some form of oven. There's what looks
He's
like
got a hot plate.
You see what might
Hey, wait, is that Xandel's hot plate? Is that where that ended up?
you see.
You know,
what
we
looks
give you the
like-
best of materials, and he's made this out of junk. Like, we put a lot of, like, faith in your abilities, but...
You see a number of speaking tubes that look like they lead to those phonographs. You see the bells on a wire, and stood in the center is this elven figure, but covered in green fur and completely green skin, currently just wearing what looks like a simple, like, kilt almost. And next to them is this small brown dog that's sort of peeking round its legs and, like, shaking a little as it looks at you. And this figure goes, "Well, what do you want?"
Information.
"What?
On
You
Klaus.
weren't sent by Klaus? You're not going to
No.
kill me?"
No.
Why would we try to kill you? Like, the rest of them are all brainwashed or something. Like, what's up with that? Do you know what's
"Well,
going on?
finally, someone understands." And he runs over and grabs your hand, and his hand is clammy and furry. He goes, "So nice to finally meet a person with actual sense." And as he
Alright,
talks,
enough with the
you
touchy
get a
touchy.
gust of his breath, and even without your, like, breathing turned on, you feel your nostril
Breathing
hair
turned on like I'm a
curl.
fucking robot. I'm a machine, not an undead. Wow, that's some fragrance you have there.
Eh,
I'm not
one
even
man's
breathing and
hazardous
I can
waste is
smell you.
another man's potpourri.
Yeah, I think that's one way of looking at it. So, come on. What's the deal with Klaus? What's going on? Why is everyone so happy?
Well, they're all happy because they don't know anything but being happy, do they? If you're happy here, then you get nice things. Have you not noticed that?
I mean, yeah, look at me. I'm slightly green right now.
Ah, yeah, you're looking good. Looking good.
Green is really not my color, darling. Please don't say that it is.
Oh,
This is
come
white
on
hair.
now.
White hair fading into green, not so good. Maybe into red.
I mean, the
Makes
green
look
on
a bit
me
scary.
also looks like off bronze, so...
I mean, yeah,
I was
bronze
gonna
goes
say,
green,
you
doesn't
look
it?
like you need a polish. I think I might have some around here.
He's
Although
not
it's industrial
metal.
strength. Normally
Maybe-
I use it as a, little bit of seasoning, but you look like you could maybe use it more.
Maybe don't try and polish the dragonborn.
Take all the fun out of it, why don't you? Anyway, yeah, Klaus, yeah, we all used to work in the workshop. Then he found that thing.
Right, yes, carry on.
Is
I
there
feel
something
like I'm
funny
missing
about me to
something.
you?
No, it's just polishing the dragon.
We're being incredibly rude.
We're being rude. We're being rude.
Right.
Ignore us. Oh,
I don't get much social interaction, so.
I can tell,
Excuse
darling.
me. Anywho. So, yeah. So he found that And suddenly our little operation went from, little operation to big operation.
Yeah, we got
And
that
then
impression.
bigger. And, no, we don't need as much sleep as others. We're not machines. We couldn't keep up. So Klaus went and found his friend, Cadmus Orion Grimm. And he built the cogworks, and the tin soldiers, and the tin workers,
Wait.
and the automation.
Tin soldiers,
Nutcrackers, I think he calls them.
nutcrackers. What they
Yeah, they
just
do
go
most
after
of
men, right? Nutcrackers, get it?
No.
No. Okay.
Sorry,
No.
Cadmus Orion Grimm.
Yeah, Cog for
Cog?
short.
Yeah.
Cogworks. Wow, so egotistical. He named it the place after himself.
Yeah, probably. He's a
Okay.
bit of a weirdo. They don't realize it, but I hear and see a lot up here. And he takes you to the edge of the cave, and you see there's a hole been drilled in the rock. And you see from here, you're looking out across the whole of Asindade. And you
Wow.
can see the 4 different corners as you sort of lean out and look. And you can see the cogworks is this hulking metallic structure with cogs sticking out of it, chimneys spewing out black smoke, the forests around it gone, mostly. The snow a slushy brown. In another corner you see this beautiful ice tower climbing up from what looks like almost like what's the word I'm looking for? This
Describe it.
this series of buildings. There's what I was going for.
A collection of buildings.
Yeah,
A
that'll do.
litter of buildings.
Yeah, that surround this ice tower. He goes, yeah, Klausy boy, got that thing, more kids means more demand, means more time, but also means more power. But it means he has to keep up with demand, because to fulfill his end of the bargain, to get their agreement and their belief and all that sort of stuff, he has to actually fulfill it. He can't just not do it. So he needed more. So he got Cog. Cog started, built the Cogworks, which builds the parts for the toys, builds most of the toys, sends them to the workshop where they get finished off, then they get loaded, taken to the various material planes, blah 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 blah. But obviously Klaus is never happy, so more and more and more.
And what would happen, say, theoretically, if this gem
When missing.
left his hands?
He wouldn't be able to establish any more links. He'd keep the ones he's got, he just wouldn't be able to make any more.
But that would lower his demand.
Yeah,
No
more than
way
likely, but
he keeps the thing.
I don't. I might know some people who do.
More
or
like
have a
you,
tinkling of it.
or more that have had their heads messed with and won't actually
Let-
get to tell us.
So I managed to avoid the modified memory. So I know that there is actually a secret path from the Cogworks to the workshop, like an actual underground one. You'll need
Oh,
to get
not like riding the chains?
No, there's an actual tunnel. Like that's the one we used to use to get to the workshop for work.
Can you draw us a map?
No, because I don't know where Cog's hidden it. You're gonna have to either sneak into the Cogworks, find it yourself, or make a deal with Cog. Because you see, I know that there's 2 entities in Isindare who might be able to help you, and might be willing to help you.
They
And,
are...
well, no, I mean, come on, a bit of give and take here. If I'm gonna be giving you information, I need something in return.
Like what?
What
A
do you
hug?
need?
Why would I want a hug? Why would
I don't know.
no touchy, no.
Hey, you touched me first. You got hands
Well,
clammy.
yeah. My hands are clapping.
Yeah, they are. Little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, maybe
Also
a
your
little.
breath. Maybe like, choose a mint or something.
Well, that's not my fault. Not my fault.
I mean,
I had my
your
favorite
breath
sandwich
comes
earlier.
out what you put in your
Triple
mouth.
toast, If you eat triple toadstool and sauerkraut sandwiches, see how well your breath turns out.
What
Don't
is
eat,
it
but okay.
you would want?
What would I want?
Mouthing is
How about
Her.
you make that little snowflake town a little less festive? Just for a minute.
My God, how?
I don't know. Set fire to the tree. Take a
I mean,
poop
you've
in their
done-
garden. I don't care.
Take a poop in their garden.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first town that we've set on fire.
I mean, it's made of ice. You can't really set the town on fire. I just said the tree.
You don't want to wreck the place. Like, people live here now.
I am not saying wreck the place. Just break them out of that little festive happy they always got going on.
Isn't that going to make us green, though? It's not really my color.
Well, that's your own problem. What's wrong with being green?
It depends
Did-
on whether it's permanent.
Did both the whole Grinch green thing and happiness plus marshmallow thing, was that going on before Cog turned up, or is that?
Oh yeah, that's something that's always been here. That's the rule of naughty and nice.
Okay.
That's something Klaus put in place.
So what does he
And were
consider
you turning
naughty?
green before Cog turned up?
Oh no, I started turning green when I disagreed with Klaus. I said we should keep things on the lowdown and he should just be happy with what he had. And then he tried to modify everyone's memory. I ran away, came up here, started living up here, and slowly got more and more green. That's when they started dumping the garbage up here. But I don't mind because that shit is tasty. And you watch he reaches down to the floor, picks up a bottle, and just bites into it.
Right.
Good year.
So we need to break their spirit.
Now we all need to go green.
All you have to do is promise me that you'll try.
Once we get really cold. Wait, when we got green, it was cold and people were more suspicious.
Well, yeah, they don't like Grinches.
How many? You say Grinches like that's a plural thing. There are
Well,
more of you?
I'm the only Grinch that's been around as long as I have. Occasionally, someone will go a little Grinchy. That's when the snow golems in town attack. If you
Yeah, I
go
saw
fully
them.
green-
They were giving me weird looks and were following me around.
Yeah, if you go too green, they throw you out, and you seem to have got through the forests okay, but there is stuff that lives in there, you know, like the great big wolves. If someone gets chucked out and isn't quick in finding, you know, somewhere new to live, they don't normally last long.
Right, so we have to sneak into town, blow some shit up, go really green, and not get caught by the golems. I mean, not blow shit up, like set.
I mean, you don't even have to go into the town as long as you do something to just break their festive spirit. That's fine by me.
I mean,
I
you
don't
could do it
really
at a
care.
distance. You got Mage Hand, right, Fiona? Like, you
I have.
combine that with some, like, inappropriate sounds with my little tricks with Armatae. Maybe we can cause some chaos without getting caught. Worth a shot?
Huh?
Anyone else able to do something from a distance?
I can do quite a lot from a
Mhm.
distance, actually.
I mean, I'm not saying to hurt anybody. I don't want anyone to actually.
No, I don't want to hurt anyone. Just, you know, inconvenience them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Blossom, any ideas?
Not really. I'm very close range.
Yeah. I mean, you got that cool, like, chainsaw thing. You could do something with that,
Cutting the tree
maybe.
down, but
Yeah?
I'd have to get pretty close to it.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
What about an avalanche?
Wait, we got
Can I
any,
get-
you got any of
No,
those
I
funny
don't
notes?
want anyone to get hurt.
You got any funny notes? I could, like, I don't know, crossbow bolt them into trees.
I can tell
stuff.
you what I can do, and you could give me a suggestion if we can. So, I can vicious mockery now.
Oh,
Right.
what's that? You hurl an insult at
Certainly
them?
upset people.
Yeah,
I can
maybe.
certainly
Um,
upset people, but I do also have suggestion.
I
Um,
mean, I'm
well-
not saying create an avalanche into the city.
I could make the sound of one.
Wait.
I can make the ground shake a
that
little bit.
suggestion spell. That suggestion spell.
Hmm.
How? What can you do with that?
Suggestion. I can suggest to somebody anything, really.
I mean, you could
You watch as
demonstrate.
he goes off, and he starts fiddling with something. And he reaches into it, like he pulls a part of the wall, like moss aside on the wall, and slams a big red button. And down below in Snowflake Town, you watch as you see like something shoot up out of the ground, like you see a disturbance. And he then grabs you, Vienna, pulls you over to a speaking tube and goes, "This is linked to that." And he points down, and you see a giant phonograph in the middle of Snowflake Town.
I can only do it to magically
you have to
influence a
see.
creature. You can see
You what-
within range.
You
that
watch
can
as he
hear
pulls,
and understand.
he reaches into his kilt, like down in the kilt, and pulls out a diamond with bits of green fur stuck to it, and slams it against the speaking tube, and you watch as it glows. No longer a problem. Have at it. Let's see what you can do.
What should I suggest? What should I suggest?
Tell them all to drop their trousers.
No, I
I mean,
come
that
on,
might
that'd
be what
funny.
some of them want. So, you know.
No, I've got to
Slap each
dispirit
other.
them.
Get them
No,
to slap each other.
dispirit them
Dispirit
in
them.
some way.
Get them all to say their deepest, darkest secrets to their best loved one.
Yeah. Wow,
Ooh.
that's
That's a little
dark,
bit
Val.
dark.
That's a bit dark, Val. Like, you
A
okay?
bit dark.
Damn.
Are you sure
Maybe
you're not
they
a
must-
Grinch?
Get them all to
maybe
cut
their
down
most
their tree.
maybe their most embarrassing secret, not their like darkest thing. Like maybe
Hey,
it's a little.
how about you make them all do the Macarena?
I'm thinking.
Why not get
something
them to
more-
chop down their tree?
That's where I was leading. I was going to
Make them get rid of all the decorations.
I'm going to.
necklace. My D20 necklace just died.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh
no!
no!
It's sad now. I've had that
Bleeding hearts of the world unite!
Hang on, I think I can fix it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going cross-eyed doing it, but you guys carry on.
Okay.
Take it off
I-
first. That you're not doing it cross-eyed.
I am going to suggest that they tear down their decorations.
Okay, so you speak into the tube and you say,
Is there a way I've got to say it?
I think you have to say, I suggest.
Okay.
I
suggest you tear down all of your decorations.
Okay. Well, that's a natural 6 for the whole town.
It's fixed.
Over the next 10 minutes, you watch as the trees in the town go up in flames. The glowing lights all disappear. The paper
Only said to
shade
take them down, not burn the whole shit
vanished.
down. Holy shit.
It's the suggestion. It leaves it free to the person who suggested on how they follow it, but they
That's
do have to
impressive.
follow it for 8 hours.
Oh, Fiona, man, remind me not to get on your bad side. Jeez.
I am a drow.
I mean, but the Raven Queen.
The Grinch does a happy dance. He goes, "Okay, we got a deal." So, first off, Cog.
Mm-hmm.
The hell?
I don't know. I just
I
saw
wasn't aware
giggle.
that my cave was haunted.
That was. It was a
Spirit,
quick find a
please
giggle. That was
leave.
not what I was looking for. I'm sorry. Jesus, that was cursed.
Anyway,
It was meant to be a
days.
little evil. 7 days.
so first off, Cog. He thinks no one knows. I know. He's trying to replace Klaus.
Oh.
He's got this whole thing in his mind that Klaus is the inefficient part of this whole deal, and he is not getting his share of everything he was promised when he came here. So he's trying to build secret automatons that look like Klaus. He's then going to replace Klaus. The automatons keep doing Klaus's job, thus the belief keeps coming in, but he gets the belief rather than Klaus. So that's a potential double cross you can do. Yep. That's something you can do. The other one is Krampus. Now, he's managed to
What's-
fly under the
What's
radar.
that?
Krampus is a devil.
Oh,
He managed
what?
to slip his way in here about 20, 30 years ago. And what he's been doing is he's actually taking advantage of what Klaus is doing. So he sneaks into the same material planes Klaus goes to, and he delivers the coal, thus making himself part of the story. But because of that, he's made part of the story where if children are really naughty, multiple years on the trot, he can go and claim them, shove them in a bag, take them away. But that means he claims them as a soul for the 9 hells, which obviously
that
increases
tracks for
his
a devil.
power.
Yeah.
Exactly. So obviously he's brought a couple of devils here, and he's managed to scout out a few things. But obviously, he will want Klaus limiting. He doesn't want Klaus to get any stronger, because the more planes Klaus goes to, the more Krampus has to go to, the more overwork he has to do. He's
So
happy to
he
just...
might help us steal the stone that we need, because that would limit Klaus.
Yeah, I actually know he's actually been in Klaus's tower. He's one of the few actually strong enough to go
So
in
he
there
might know
and
where
knock
it
it down.
is.
Possibly, but that would be down to you to A, find him, and B, make a deal with him.
You got any idea where he might be?
Well, he's set up in a cottage in the southwest quadrant, southeast quadrant, that bit that no one goes to. I think he's made a
How
secret tunnel
far
into
away
the
is
mine.
that?
I think there's a secret tunnel from the coal mines that goes to there that he's made, because obviously he needs to go nick the coal to be able to use.
Maybe you remember that side passage? The one opposite the one with the tracks? Maybe that's the passage that leads to it.
Maybe.
Go and have a look.
Well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm happy here. Why would I ever want to leave?
Well, you've actually been quite helpful.
Yeah, I try. Those people down there...
Meanwhile,
are like
Sandal's sat on the floor, like giving the dog lots of fuss and attention.
The dog was very nervous at first, but once you start giving it positive attention, it's happily wagging its tail and licking your face and just seems really happy.
By the way, am I starting to turn green?
We all start. I mean, I'm already green, but I'm
With the
imagining.
amount you
yeah.
did there...
I was going to say, that was quite big.
Yeah, you watch, Vienna, as your pink hair starts to take on a slightly green hue and your skin has begun gaining a green hue.
Be right back.
No problem.
That's 3 of us green. How's Blossom looking? Blossom green?
Blossom looks alright at the moment.
Been mostly neutral.
Yeah.
I think we're all basically green now, except wait, Xandor, how green is
Xandor
Xandor
and
will
are
still
actually...
be, yeah.
They're technically fully on the nice list at the moment.
Ah.
They're the
Well,
only
3
two
of us
who are
green.
getting benefits.
So, yeah,
Being
Vienna.
complacent isn't enough to make you go green. You've got to actively do something.
Well, that's
Well,
kind of the thing. You've got to either be nice or naughty.
Well,
Like,
depending
in
on
your
how this
actions and
goes, we're all going to
intentions.
be green by the end of it.
Oh,
That's-
that was actually fun. I'd say it was worth it.
I just hope the green isn't permanent, because that's going to make blending in and refop a lot more difficult when we head back.
Oh no, once you leave this domain, the rules no longer apply to you.
Oh,
Oh, good.
There's that at least.
Yep.
Yay!
Right.
Well, anyway, I've got, traps to reset and all that sort of thing, and,
you
solitude
want any
to enjoy.
tips on how to make the traps decent? Because they're pretty rubbish.
My traps are fine, and also normally no one actually, comes up here except for, delinquents trying to get a
So
rush
I
from
set
seeing the
traps
Grinch.
then.
Because I like to be left alone.
Fine. Guess.
Did you not notice every single one of the traps was designed to make you go away
I mean, it didn't
without
stop us.
hurting you?
Mm.
Too bad.
Right. Let's go.
Hey, admit it, you're glad
Well.
we went and found our way up here.
Well, I'm glad now, but I wasn't at the time. You caused me a lot of social anxiety.
Also,
Did
just
not
a
like
tip.
it.
If you
Yeah,
tell people to stay away, they're more likely to come.
Yeah, reverse psychology. You should like invite
It's like a
them out.
curiosity thing.
Yeah.
No.
What you should do is put out a bowl of free candy. And then when they take it, they're probably not going to come and find you.
I could lace it with laxatives. I like this one.
Exactly.
Max, make a note. And you watch as the dog scuttles off, comes back with a pencil in its mouth, and just like messily scribbles on a piece of paper.
Is it actually legible?
You've
or is it
really got to
just-
work on your penmanship.
Out of curiosity, out of sort of like the junk that's probably sat in here, is there at least a squeaky ball and like a tumbling mechanism that you can sort of like fashion into just like a perpetually rolling ball?
You see that there is a basket with a blanket in it, and there is like food bowls, and there is what looks to be various toys lying around.
I'm going to sort of like just crap Max the dog, the squeakiest happy toy in the world. Just sort of like shoving a couple of bits together and
Go ahead, roll flat intelligence check. Let's see how well you can do this.
18.
18. You manage to start putting something together, and as you sort of roll it to Max, you watch as he starts playing with it, and then when he bites into it and it squeaks, he leaps away and suddenly expands to 4 times his size and is this massive, giant, growling, snarling beast. Now look what you've done. You've set him off, Max. Max, let's think of the nice things. Think of the warm bowl and the nice blanket. There we go. Good boy. And he watches he shrinks back down. Yeah, he just got a shock, that's all. Hulking whelps are like that. As long as they're okay, they're nice and small. You set them off, they're big killing machines.
Noted.
Okay, so no
Noted.
squeaky toys for the doggy.
Oh, he'll be fine now. He knows it squeaks. He just didn't know it squeaked, so it shocked him.
Right.
Okay.
We should head to the mines and see if we can. I think
Find
Krampus might be the.
Krampus.
Yeah, let's go find the Krampus. He sounds like fun. I mean, I'm
Okay.
part devil, I guess. Maybe I can convince him. I don't know.
Well, you all enjoy that. I'm gonna, sit here,
Yeah, you do.
stare
You.
into the abyss, slowly slip into madness.
Just be careful. It will stay you back.
Oh, I know. It's fun when it gives me the pretty colours.
Don't forget that meal
Right.
with yourself. You can't cancel on yourself again.
I know. I already done it multiple times. It's just I can't do that again.
Let's go to the mines.
Yes, let's go.
Let's head
Okay.
back down the mountain.
Hello.
Bye.
I can imagine how much the Grinch is going to hate me as I realise it.
As
I
you
just
walk
left
out,
the dog with a squeaky toy.
as you walk out, the door slams and you hear the squeaks and you just hear him go, Max, fetch my sedative.
So, yeah, we'll head back down to the mines. But what I suppose once we're down there, we'll probably see the chaos ensuing in
Yeah.
there.
So it takes you about 2 hours to make your way down from the mountains, and as you reach the bottom and
Uh-oh.
there is smoke rising from it.
We froze again, Addy.
Oh,
Hold up a
sorry.
second.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
froze
Okay,
again.
Are we all back? Hands up if you're back.
I think we're all
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we're all good.
Hands down.
Blossom, you still there? Or are you just being
Yeah,
incredibly
I'm
still like you normally are? Okay, cool.
As
Aaron?
you,
Yeah.
Hey, I see people
Carry-
again.
Let's go.
as you get to the bottom of the mountain and sort of skirt around the edge of town, you see plumes of smoke coming from it, and you hear the sounds of what might be battle.
I can drop that suggestion, you know.
Maybe you should, Vienna. I think you're causing a bit more chaos than we anticipated.
Oh god, do you think they've all
watch
turned
as
green?
nearby, you watch as a blue,
Yeah.
a green Eladrin goes flying out of the town, thrown by a large snow construct.
Let's be very
We're
stealthy
nicer
and get
than
into the
some.
mines before we're spotted by those things.
I am going to drop the concentration of the suggestion because I've just
Yep.
realised it's a concentration spell up to 8 hours, and
Yep.
I am now going to drop the concentration.
You watch as the sounds of battle stop, but the smoke is still rising, and there is no signs of any decorations.
Yeah, let's get in there. We'll
Mines, quick.
squeakle into the mines.
Yep. So you quickly make your way to the mines, and I'm assuming you're forgoing the pickaxes and mining hats
Yeah,
this time.
Hmm.
Okay. So you make your way. You get back to the crossroads. I'm assuming you turn the same way you went last time.
Same way we went last time, but when it gets to the crossroads where it's the
The
mine
T-junction.
cart, we'll take the
Turn
detour
left.
to the left. Yeah.
So you turn and head left there. As you start heading along, the floor here is uneven, and it's slowly climbing a little bit. After about 10 minutes, your light catches on something on the floor. Two somethings. They glint and reflect the light. Two gems sit on the floor here.
Pick up the gems.
Yep. Okay, you pick up the gems. They are beautiful purple gems. Look like they're well cut.
Are you mad?
Continuing along, you eventually come to what seems to be the end of this corridor. There's just this blank wall ahead of you.
I trust nothing. Talia?
1 second. I'm gonna go. Anyone out there? I just want to talk, but I'm gonna say it in Infernal. So it's all like.
You got a cold.
I'm speaking my mother tongue. Shut up.
Oh,
You hear a voice reply to you, but it's not from where you expect. It's not
Huh?
from behind the wall. It's from Vienna's hand.
Oh,
Wait,
And it
Vienna,
says
your
in
hand?
Infernal, "What are you doing speaking devil tongue here?"
I mean, can you see me?
Half-blood.
Yeah.
And you watch as Vienna, one of the two gems in your hand suddenly leap out of your hands and shift and crack and form into these two devilish creatures with black faces and black skin, but with a row of gems going down their back.
Interesting.
you are curious.
And you are not a ladrin, it says in
Nope.
common.
No,
What
we
do
are
you
not.
want coming here and speaking infernal?
We
We would like to speak to Krampus.
Yeah. We've got a
This god-
deal that he might like.
They sort of turn to each other and they seem to have a quick conversation. Then one of them walks over to a section of the wall and runs their finger down it. And you watch
I'm going
as
to
the
pay
wall ahead of
attention to
you-
their movements in case that's useful
Yeah.
for later.
Go ahead, roll perception check.
19.
19, okay. You think you can probably replicate it. And you watch as the wall liquefies and shimmers. And they go, "Follow us." And they step through it.
Oh. At least we're on the right track by the looks of things.
Yep.
You have just be careful. Making deals with devils is dangerous.
Stepping through the liquefied wall, you come out into another pitch black tunnel. Although in this one, there is a rusty smell, an iron smell. And for those of you with dark vision or those who've got lights on, you do see blood smears along the floor.
I love what you've done with the place.
Pray sometimes fight. Sometimes you have to get a little messy.
Fair enough.
One of them starts leading and the other one falls in behind your group, obviously escorting you now. They walk with you for a good 30 minutes. until eventually you come out into the late afternoon sunlight in a new section of this land. The snow here is still thick on the ground and the trees are present, but they are much thicker and closer together. This is a much more wild section.
Ah, I see we're in the forest section.
And they lead you through it for a good hour and a half until eventually you come to a clearing where you see a cottage. Just a small, simple, unassuming cottage until you get a little closer and see this cottage is not made of wood. It's made of bones and coal. And around the perimeter are skulls on stakes. As the door opens and stepping out is a large humanoid, black-furred goat legs, a black-skinned torso with hands too large for its arms, its eyes glowing red, a pair of horns coming up and out, and holding across its shoulder a large bag, as it gives this smile showing fangs and goes, "Well, well, well. This should be interesting."
I'll be like,
And
greetings and bow.
that's where we're going to end this session.
That's
That was
fair.
time and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
otherwise perfect.
yeah, we've got hard finish, unfortunately. So this is going to be a two-shot adventure. We will be back with the second half of this, hopefully scheduling allowing, as soon as possible.
Just before Christmas, I think we'll probably get the
Yes.
second half out,
Mm.
hopefully.
Yeah, but hope you have all enjoyed. I tried to put, a decent amount of festive spin on this whilst keeping it unique and interesting and not too copyright infringing.
I think, yeah, I did a good job.
But yeah, until then, everyone, until next time, please enjoy your own games. Have a wonderful festive season if you celebrate, and if you don't, just have a lovely winter. We look forward to seeing and hearing from you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.